Hello everyone, welcome to KBL NatDex Season 2 Division Rankings Part 2. With this, I have Dolphin Wizard, Dorley, Hyder, and Ishiku here with me. So you guys can say hi.
Yo.
Well, what's up?
The other two don't have mics.
Yeah, but we'll just be kind of reading out their thoughts as they provide them. So we'll be going through teams 13 to 26 in this video, hopefully. And I guess we might as well just jump right in. So next we're going over...
Where was after that, so?
Decker.
Okay. Let me go... He ran one Mega Gallade, right?
Let me check.
Yeah, Mega Gallade.
Yeah.
Okay. So, personally, I don't like how his Tier 1 and Mega Gallade pair. Like, Hoopa and Mega Gallade aren't really the two best pairings. Like, that's the first thing I see as his Tier 1's Hoopa Unbound and his Mega's Mega Gallade, and those are the first two mons I gravitate to looking towards.
Fair, they kind of step on each other's toes.
Yeah.
In terms of roles.
I'm going to see if there's any other Tier 1s on the board. 1A is all gone, but I think Kartana was around at the time. And even though Kartana's extremely overpriced, never mind, Mega Scizor, regular Scizor is there.
He did take regular Scizor?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying he shouldn't have gotten Cart. There are better Tier 1Bs he could have got over Hoopa, in my opinion. Like Tyranitar. Tyranitar would have been really good here, actually. Defensively, team looks nuts. Milotic, Donphan, Blissey. Scizor,
those three by
even.
themselves are just crazy. You don't even need anything else. Just put those three in there. Switch infinitely.
Freeze Dry tears it with, like, Mixed Kyurem would tear that, but, like, it's a Mixed Kyurem. What takes hits from Mixed Kyurem? And
Not
also, then you have to run DD and Earth Power and Icicle Crash. Well, not Icicle Crash, but, like, Freeze Dry and Dragon Claw. So that's your 4 moves right there. And personally, I feel if you're not running Choice Kyurem, you should always have Sub or Roost. One of the two. Or both.
I think it's got a nice little niche as a late game cleaner now, though.
Yeah.
You give it DD, you give it the Icicle Crash, other move.
Yeah.
And get the steals out of the way. Get those resist going, and after a DD, it can still do quite a bit of damage with an Icicle Crash.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, especially with the right team support.
What tier is Typhlosion in? Because if it's any higher than tier 5, that was a terrible pick, in my opinion.
Let's see. Tier 4B.
I don't like 4B Typhlosion. There's a Pyroar.
I see what he was going with, though. The Flash Fire is helpful for Scizor.
Yeah.
Fair. Personally, I'd prefer Pyroar. And I don't like Pyroar.
He covered his 4 times weaknesses really well.
Yeah, that's true.
He also has pretty good hazard removal, but doesn't really have the best hazard setters.
Something I don't like about how he covers his 4 times weaknesses is a lot of the ones he covered 4 times weaknesses for still have 4 times weaknesses. Like, his U-turn switching is Scizor, and he has a Hoopa Unbound.
It's not just Scizor. He's also got Toxtricity, Noivern, Togetic.
Donphan?
Yeah, Donphan.
Donphan's a switch-in. I wouldn't consider Toxtricity a switch-in to anything.
That's fair.
Same with Noivern. And Togetic,
Noivern can actually be
It's a
run
switching.
pretty bulky, but
Noivern has a lot of weaknesses, though, so, like...
And it's already so weak. If you run it like max HP, max speed, it's not doing any kind of damage. It's
Yeah.
just a pivot at that point.
Yeah.
makes sense.
Milotic with Flip Turn is... I don't feel it changes anything for it, really. I really, like... It's a good mon, still, but you already were locked into the same 4 moves, and now Flip Turn just makes picking a 4th move even harder.
Yeah, and now it's no Scald or no Recover, which that's not smart.
Not no recovery.
No
It's
Toxic, rather.
Or no Haze, and now you're set up fodder.
Yeah.
Because say Mega Gyarados, which isn't drafted, comes in, clicks a DD, you Flip Turn out, oh, now you have to find a switch into a +1 Mega Gyarados.
Yeah, that's not happening. Sturdy Dot Fan, that's your switching.
Yeah, like, there are very few switch-ins in general to +1 Mega Gyarados. Like, there's Tangrowth, there's Tangela. I can't name anything else.
Nothing on this team, I don't think.
Yeah. Dorley makes me want to fight him. Mega Gyara is not shit. It is one of the best Megas in the game.
It literally that thing that sits in the back and you get it in on the right turn and game over. You get a DD up and
Yeah, if I didn't get Mega Mawile, Mega Gyarados would be on my team. Plain and simple. Latios plus Mega Gyarados is still nuts.
Yeah, but so Decker. I mean, I understand what you're saying about Flip Turn, but I think that in matchups like if he's up against Mega Gyarados, then obviously he's running Haze. But he's up against something like what? Like something.
I'm gonna say it. If you have a good team, you have at least one good setup mon that can take advantage of Milotic.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like everyone's running sub on things to get in that setup sweeper.
Unless it's like Dragonite. Dragonite. Then you're just clicking DD in its face, even if
everything else is gonna come in on a free turn with Milotic and click sub as it goes for Toxic, and then
like Flip Turn really isn't a move that's gonna be taking advantage of, especially because Dracovish went round 1, so half the people here have water absorbers.
Yep.
Because like Dracovish getting drafted so early makes Flip Turn mons even worse.
Yeah, I don't have a water absorber, and that almost went extremely bad for me. Every turn, it's like he brings this thing in, something's gonna die.
I have a Tangrowth and a Quagsire. I'm good.
I had to run max defense Gorgai Super to not get 2-hit KO'd.
I've seen someone run a counter Registeel for Banded Bish. Hater knows what I'm talking about. Yep.
Yeah, I know.
He did 96 to the Registeel.
And that was max. Bold. That was something else.
I guess versus Dracovish, you wouldn't have the best switch in Decker. I mean,
yeah, but that's Dracovish.
Yeah, it's literally it's Fish's friend. You can stop calling it Dracovish.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one move.
I don't consider the mon as good as most people call it, but it's decent.
It's not good. It's mindless. It's not good. It's mindless. This is one move. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, everybody's gangsta until that thing is in, and you have to pick a sacrifice to feed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's gangsta when I have a Quagsire and a Tangrowth.
Everybody's gangsta till Snowcast form brings the hail. I think overall his squad is solid. I think you could use another rod
Yeah.
setter apart from Donphan. But I mean, Decker is a solid.
Donphan is Blissey is a rocker.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I think his results are fine, to be honest. I don't consider it bad by any means. Having
Yeah.
two youngsters,
I think this is the fourth best team we've seen so far.
So I'm gonna go get my top 4 up real quick. Right now, my top 4 are Cheese, DJ, Rolenti, and Stumbles. So, like, I don't know if this team is better than Stumbles. I feel like they're at the same level, to be honest.
We haven't gone over Stumbles yet. I'm not talking
Yes,
about.
we did.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we did Stumbles last time. He was right before Land Turtle.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think this team is slightly under Stumble.
I think it's at the same level as Stumbles, but I don't know if it's better or worse. I just do not like that Hoop Unbound there.
Now, let me say something about Hoop Unbound, because I just recently, today, watched another league match wherein the person had teleport, U-turn, and you just get that momentum and get it in. And
strong-ass mod.
Bandit Hoop Unbound, you just click that button.
And this team with Mega Gallade plus Hoop Unbound, I mean, they don't synergize the best, but that's still going to be kind of a problem to prep for.
Yeah, but it's a problem to prep for, but my biggest problem is you're never bringing both of them in the same game.
He actually could. Never. He has decent support for both, but I can see what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, his special offense is also kind of weak when we look at it.
Toxtricity is nuts, but other than that, yeah.
It's just one more.
Noivern's decent, but like that.
Noivern mostly will carry support rather than going offensive, to be honest. From looking at this team.
I think if he had webs on this team, it would be a lot better.
Oh yeah, Toxtricity under webs can go in on.
Hoopa Unbound under webs.
Yeah, Mega Gallade even.
Mega Gallade's fast enough where you don't need webs, and if you need that speed, you can click agility.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think that mostly reasoning that he doesn't even have a reliable fairy type. Like, so I don't consider Togetic as a reliable fairy type. I don't. It's not that good.
Offensive fairies are really good against this team because most of them get Mystical Fire.
Or even something like Happy and the Trick Room.
Like Life Orb Clef even. Life Orb Clef even.
But since they all got Mystical Fire now, Scizor gets dealt with.
Life Orb Clef has Fire Blast.
That too.
And it has.
It kills Scizor with anything. It doesn't even need Fire Blast. Flamethrower is all it needs.
Honestly, this is another team where I'm going to complain about their Tier 5 and say it should have a Torterra instead of their Tier 5.
Actually, I think Trevenant kind of works. I mean, I was thinking he could run, like, up against a Dracovish, maybe, like, a bulky Trevenant with, like, Colbur and Will-O-Wisp. That might work.
I don't know if Trevenant takes 2. Trevenant's bulky, but...
After the burn, it probably takes another one.
Yeah, but... It's only a 76 defense. I don't think it's taking a hit from Dracovish.
85 HP, 76 defense might be able to take it.
No, I don't feel like calcing anything right now, so...
I'm gonna calc.
If it's banded Dracovish, it dies. It gets to it too. But if it's not banded and it's something like Sharp, I am pretty sure that it does live.
Yeah, I think so.
But I don't think that Dracovish... I don't think we should nitpick, honestly, at this team. It has decent momentum. It can do well. It's definitely not better than Stumble's team. It's not better than Stumble's team, but it's definitely up there.
Bro should have got Maractus.
Bro, shut up. I hate Maractus. I hate that mon. I actually hate it. I have PTSD from that mon.
Yeah, there's a whole story arc with Hater and Maractus. So.
It's a whole on the field level. I don't want to talk about it.
I know how that feels. I know how that feels. I have that same thing with the jump bluff.
Oh my god, jump love.
That sounds like a more interesting story, to be honest.
13
Yeah,
crits in a row in a
I-
finals game.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Jump left
Oh,
crit me 13 times.
talk about something, dude. Talk about,
Yeah,
that jump love was well played, you were just poorly played.
that one
Just
hurt.
better played.
But so going
To
back
be
to the
honest,
team, anything?
I
What else do we need to mention about it?
I mean,
I just think that
Not much.
Trevin can be really offensive now with Poltergeist.
Yeah,
It got Poltergeist.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it did.
it did.
I didn't even know Trevin was in the game.
to be honest, I just want to say that this team lacks special offense. That's all I'm thinking. It's very physically oriented.
It lacks special offense. Oh wait, never mind.
I
Competitive melodic, bro.
But melodic isn't something called to be an offensive one. It's support.
Competitive melodic. Best.
Hey,
ever.
it gets triple axle now, so triple axle, DD, coil.
Yeah,
And what it was.
but
But that's more physical offense.
Yeah,
Hoopa and Bound can be special offense. 170 special attack.
Yeah, I know, but
Still
that's
isn't a
only
joke.
3 months. It's only 3 months regarding Hoopa and Mount Toxicity and Noivan. And I don't think Noivan is that offensive
Noivern
one,
doesn't
but
hit that hard. Noivern does not
it
hit that
needs
hard.
specs,
I know
and if
from
not, then you don't really have to worry about it.
I know from experience, Noivern does not hit that hard.
Yeah, I know. I remember issue. Don't worry.
Yeah, it did like 30% to a Registeel with like.
Yeah, that was funny. I mean, I was really max, so that says a lot.
Yeah,
I don't consider Typhlosion to be a mod, at least because it's not gonna be coming every game. In fact, it's gonna. I think here's my prediction. Alright, Typhlosion won't come any game. That's my prediction. It's just gonna sit on the bench. I think it's gonna get traded away. That's just what I think it is. But
Noivern. You think Noivern sits on the bench? I can see that.
no, I was saying I was saying Typhlosion. And
Oh yeah,
Noivern-
Typhlosion sits on the bench. Typhlosion is getting benched.
and it's gonna get traded away for something like, I don't know, probably some other good fire types in tier 4. But yeah,
Typhlosion is going to be the definition of put me in, coach.
Other good fire types in tier 4.
there's like, I don't believe
Down to
there's
tier
anything.
dash.
I think there's Charizard, but if it's taken, then that's also useless. I think there's Charizard, but that's also a stretch.
there's Delphox in tier 4.
Down to tier 5 and got a Typhlosion. I mean, not Typhlosion, a Rapidash.
Yeah, you got Houndoom, you got Pyroar.
I think Houndoom is actually better than Typhlosion.
You have Delphox.
Torkoal.
Delphox is not worth it. Delphox is whack, to be honest. It's not that Typhlosion, to be honest, in my opinion.
I
At
think
least Typhlosion,
the thing about Delphox is I think it has higher special attack. I need to check before I say anything. It has a higher special attack. I think it's faster too.
Base 104, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And Typhlosion is based on that. We know that.
Yeah, Delphox hits harder. It's faster. I think it's bulkier too. I think Typhlosion. And then Delphox gets a shit ton of coverage. It gets set up. It gets
response.
It gets that trick utility, plus the power magician thing.
It does get a ton of support. It gets Wisp, Wish, Trick.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets Switcheroo.
To be honest, he already has 2 cycle types. That's why I wouldn't say that Delphox fits this team, but at the same time with boots, it's decent, I guess.
I already said I do not agree with Hoopa on this team. I really feel he could have gotten like T-Tar and Delphox and it would have looked a little better.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough.
T-Tar also would have added another rocker. Which
Tita didn't have had Shan too, which would have crippled this team if we are going to be stuck. Just saying. I don't think Hoopa's bad. I think it's good.
Hoop is
And
great.
if you, Hoopa's great, but you're just underestimating it. With momentum, I can see it break stuff, and this team has it. The only thing is that this team is actually, I don't see any variation in this team. That's the
Yeah,
only fault that I
this team is really good. Most of what we're saying is just nitpicks that could make it slightly better, but
I
good
still
team.
think
That's what good teams are in PRs. You just nitpick to try and find what's bad and you give what's good. Like the breaking of this team is amazing. The defensive core is.
decent.
I do not want to try and break Blissy Milo, Don fan.
No, that's an all day project.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I can only imagine something like Kieran Black breaking that, and that's bad. So yeah.
Like, I enjoy breaking Pharaoh pecs. That's about as far as I go, man.
I can't say that I enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
I do it so much on the ladder. I like playing Pharaoh pecs at this point.
Yeah, the ladder is plague, dude. It's literally cursed. The ladder now in OU, especially, is cursed. I just don't even want a ladder anymore because of that. I'm just tired of facing pecs every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I think my last takeaway from this is that I just don't think this is better than Stumbles. I think Stumbles team is way better than this so far. But this is right behind it. This is right underneath it. Yeah.
I think I really don't know which to place where, but I think they are very close. But that Hoopa Unbound just ticks me off, man.
I mean, it's understandable, but if I were to actually rank them, I will rank Summers always higher because it has more utility. It can function differently every time. It has equal amount of offenses, and that's it. To be honest, I'll just put this right underneath it. It's not bad by any means. It's really good. The Deckers team is really good, but I wouldn't offer it above Summers.
I can agree with that. So we're moving. We ready to move on to the next team?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, G-Ram. I hate G-Ram.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Fuck
I used that mod. I used that mod, and it disappointed me.
I feel like this team is the definition of overrated. The team.
Yeah.
G-Darm, Skarmory, Shaman. G-Darm, Skarmory, Shaman, Mega Man, Xatu, Gengar, Doug.
Hey, no, Gengar is actually good. Gengar isn't overrated by any means. I would say the Blastoise is overrated.
It's good, but the people who like Mega Man overrate the fuck out of it.
Especially with no hidden power, the thing's got no coverage now. And all the
overheats enough.
Overheat isn't enough. What ground type? How the hell are you breaking that type?
It really needs HP grass or HP ice.
Just hit the Excadrill.
Bruh, what the hell?
Bro, isn't every good ground in OU steel type?
No, exactly. How the hell does this break Hippo?
Hippowdon's not wanting to take an overheat from Mega Man, to be honest.
It can take more than one and just slack off.
Yeah.
It can take.
Yeah.
It can.
And after that, you're not doing the same damage, so it's like.
But then you get momentum is the big thing, since he has to slack off.
It kind of.
But yeah. Definition of overrated the team.
Yeah, but I just think that
Mega Man is overrated though. So like going into it, I mean.
Yeah. You can be good but overrated. Like Melmetal is overrated as.
But it's actually good.
Yeah. It's good. I don't like it. I can't use it for shit. Same thing as Bulu. But
I've tried to use it, and every time I want to use it, I've been sniped. So I don't know how it's that good in draft. I have seen some replays and I've seen that it's good, but when I've faced against it, I've always beaten it easily. Like it's never been a problem to face Melmaden, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's got that same presence as Dracovic though, where it's like it's in now. What do you do?
Yeah.
It's just two damage. It just has two sets. One assault vest, and three sets to be exact. One is the choice-man set, one is the assault vest set, and one is the bulky toxic set, toxic protect set, which isn't the best to be honest. I mean, it can work.
I've used and seen Iron Defense Body Press to some decent.
The only time I've ever played Mel Metal when I've had a Suicune.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that pretty much does it, actually.
Yeah.
Suicune's you might as well say it's a counter.
There's always a counter for it.
Like go ahead and click that Thunder Punch, and now I go into my Lando Eye.
So Pikatrot's team, I feel like, I get what you were saying. Like he has a lot of, I mean, G-Darm is it's kind of hard to find a switch into that. You have to find some way to deal with Shell Smash, Blastoise, Breakthrough.
What's his defensive core?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Skarmory, dude, Skarmory Guzlo is an underrated core. Don't sleep on that.
His defensive core is Skarmory Zatu, because Shaman is his only special breaker.
Yeah,
I guess.
And Carkol can take a scalp from anything.
Gengar is also a breaker. To be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think
I did not see Gengar. I did, and then I didn't.
Yeah. By the way, I was just saying that Dugtrio Arena Trap is allowed, right?
His team is good, but it seems a little underwhelming. I mean, apart from like
this team,
Blastoise is garbage.
No, Blastoise is good, but I feel like it isn't very.
I like Blastoise, especially now it gets that option to be defensive or offensive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about Zatu because we all know how I feel about that thing.
Shut up.
Zatu was good here, I think, especially
garbage.
Since so many teams struggled to find solid hazard removal. I think that was a decent answer.
Yeah, I think Blastoise. I think Blastoise and Zatu are decent for removal and providing, not letting hazard.
Does Carkol get Rapid Spin?
Yeah.
Or is that just okay?
It does.
Rapid Spin, Rocks, and Spikes.
Yeah, it gets all three.
It's pretty good.
But it's not going to be coming every game. I don't think it's going to be coming every game. I think it's going to be there. I think it's going to be coming like one game, and that's it.
I can see it coming more than one game. I see it coming every game that there isn't a strong offensive water.
Like,
or
aside from status, Skarmory does the same thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much, and doesn't have that ×4 weakness.
Skarmory learns Toxic, whereas Carkol does not. Like
this team doesn't have very much versatility.
And Skarm has Spikes and Stealth Rock.
Yeah.
That's what I said. This team doesn't have any variation. It just has Dam, and that's scary. Alright, Dam is scary, but once you know how to handle it, I don't see anything breaking this team apart. Like, how... I don't understand it, to be honest. Like, he has Dugtrio, but what does Dugtrio do? But there's nothing to support Dugtrio, you know? Like, what sets are Dugtrio taking out?
And his fairy type is Wigglytuff. Like, that is probably the weakest fairy you could draft in a 26-man, I think.
I think Clefairy would have been better. I think Clefairy would have been way better.
Clefairy is better. Clefairy is way not better. Clefairy is great.
But you cannot
love that thing.
Was Clefairy undrafted?
Yes.
He could have.
Although Wigglytuff was Dragon Ball, so
it doesn't. I
tried. It doesn't. It dies, dude. It dies.
Mega Audino is a better Polt.
Yeah.
The thing about Polt. The thing about Polt, Saint has twisted me. And Polt beats all of its counters when checks.
Exactly.
Like it's like Mega Alakazam last gen. It beats every single thing that checks it. I talked to Saint and he has twisted me. I believe that Pulp is unhealthy for draft now.
All right, but Pikachu does not have Dragon Pulp, so
I know.
I disagree with that, to be honest. I don't agree with that at all, to be fair.
yeah, I think
So-
I don't even want to look at this team. This team just keeps so weak and incomplete, to be honest.
it's kind of
Who's his
underwhelming.
knockoff
He has
user?
decent offense between like Gengar, G-Darm. He doesn't have a very good bulky core. He has ones that are bulky like by themselves, but they don't synergize very well with the rest of his bulk.
Who's his knockoff user? Guzzlord?
Yeah, he doesn't have
Yeah,
one.
Guzzlord.
That doesn't count as a knockoff user.
And, I mean, for what it's worth, the Guzzlord and Wigglytuff like somewhat synergize, but both are so like
Maybe if he had something better for Trick Room,
yeah, I can
that
see
might
that.
be a thing.
Maybe Trickle, maybe it would have been better, but no, I don't see this team working that well. It's definitely one of the lower teams.
I feel like
It's
it can work.
another-
It's just very
It's another
underwhelming.
team.
It's kind of like
It's another team that I see taking a lot of skill to use, but this team isn't a personal preference thing. Like, this team is this mon's good. I'll take it. This mon's good. I'll take it.
yeah.
And then he got to his
Exactly.
low tier picks, and he was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is, to be honest. You cannot argue about that much. I kind of know what Pikachu was planning because he did get sniped 2 or 3 times, I believe, but still, it's not, it's not an excuse that if you get sniped, you pick this type of team, to be honest. Like, I think it's decent, but it's not good. In my opinion, this team is incomplete.
Yeah, for Guzzlord, I'm like, was Drudagon busy? Did you not get that at least?
Well, if he
Drudagon
got Drudagon, would he not? Doesn't Drudagon not get knockoff? Now he has no knockoff user.
Oh crap! Is it not?
Wigglytuff does get knocked, from what I know, right? Wigglytuff does get knocked. If he wants to run a utility,
Who gets knocked?
No, it doesn't
Yeah,
Drudagon doesn't get knockoff. That's crazy. I thought it did.
Yeah, I've used Drudagon once. I brought it to like one game because it never had one I needed to have.
I think Drudagon is
So,
decent, dude.
It's
overall,
good. It is good.
I think it's
It just didn't fit my team well.
I think it can do something, but Guzzlord, I don't think so. Guzzlord is trash.
I feel like
Yeah.
the team is built in such a way like he has G-Darm and Blastoise, which will definitely force prep, but as long as you can prep for those two, the rest of his team's not really going to be that hard to deal with.
What is this man doing for Toxapex?
Exactly, that's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. Toxapex.
Yeah.
Call mine Zatu. There you go. That's all.
Doesn't even have anything that's taking advantage of
You're getting
Dugtrio's
hazed.
trapping ability, really. He just kind of...
It's just there. Dugtrio doesn't benefit this team. That's what I'm saying. Like,
honestly, I'm not even prepping for Dugtrio with this team because it doesn't help it. Like, now I'm not going to bring a passive-ass mon that you can take advantage of and, like, home claws the fuck up on, but most mons you can't even do that to.
And honestly, in this gen, so many mons got so much momentum that I don't see Dugtrio even being that big of a threat, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, so many mons have momentum utilities. That's crazy, by the way.
Dugtrio is a mon that is very, very annoying on the ladder, but it's like Volcarona. It's not nearly as good in draft.
It's one-dimensional. Let's face it. It's 1D, and we know that. And there's nothing we can do about it, to be honest.
It's a little. It's not. It can do a little bit more than trapping. It can momentum and stealth rock. Memento. I can't talk. And stealth rock.
Yeah, it can do things. It can do trap and it can do support.
Yeah, and having Zatu for kind of hazard prevention can let it keep its sash pretty well into the game.
Zatu and G-Darm pair well together. I personally would want a better magic bouncer, but bro,
yeah.
G-Darm and Mega Sableye is like the greatest core of all time.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. That's disgusting. I think that should be banned, but let's not talk about it.
Yeah. Actually, can we move his team a little bit farther away from Sableye Mega? I don't even want
to. Let's not put that in the world. You'd
have a real knockoff user. You'd have a real magic bouncer. You'd have real status spam.
Don't put that in his mind. Don't put that in his mind. I will hate to face this team then. My please.
Bro, if you replace
I want to use my Rishenko against this team. Don't ruin that for me. I beg you.
If you replaced Guzzlord with any electric type in Tier 4, and then replaced Mega Main with Mega Sableye.
That's
over, dude. That's over.
That's horrible. Let's not even. I'm done with that conversation already.
Let's move forward. I think this team is incomplete. Let's move forward. Let's go to Wolf Toads.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Blackster's team is better than that team. And Blackster's team, I have above Amp, Dorley, Beater, and Smiley.
I think I will have them below. I think I will have personally below. Like in the lower half.
So are we moving on to Wolf Thirds?
Yeah.
Let's go to Wolf Thirds.
So, Clef Mega Aggron. First thing I see is Clef Mega Aggron. And Hydra. Amazing Fairy Dragon Steel. Amazing.
We're gonna beat that core.
That is an amazing Fairy Dragon Steel core right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Then Scolipede pair. I like Scolipede with that too. I also like Mantine with that too. And then I don't like anything on the rest of this team, bro.
Bro, Diggersby is actually good with. I don't know why Webs is there. I don't know why Arakman is there. I don't know why Arakman is there, but I think that Diggersby is actually great. Same goes with Hariyama. I don't know why Arakman is there, and I don't know why China is there.
It does seem kind of like a plan got disrupted on that one.
Yeah, he didn't even snipe. He didn't even get plan disrupted and grab Chimecho. He sniped Miles on Chimecho.
Yeah.
Poor Miles. Miles just wanted his Chimecho.
He doesn't have much of experience of using webs, but Hydreigon and Diggersby could maybe.
Oh yeah, Hydreigon loves the webs with the nasty plot set.
Yeah.
But that's to be honest, I would argue that going webs up on this thing is kind of underwhelming because that's taking up a slot for potential fire type. This thing doesn't have a fire type. It would have had a big FSD fire with a grass core. If instead of Arachne,
yeah. Not having a fire type kind of sucks.
Not having a fire type can work. Fire type is the least important of most of the cores because it can be replaced offensively.
Defensively, you lose a fairy resist, you lose resist to.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about defensively. I'm not talking about offensively.
Yeah, but he's got the ultimate fairy resist in Aggron.
Yeah, but he has a Hydreigon.
Aggron isn't as good of a fairy resist because every fairy having fire moves again.
Yeah, but it doesn't care.
Offensive fairies hit this team really hard again.
If he had Delphox on this team,
I like Delphox here.
Yeah, exactly. With boots, this Delphox actually works. It also gives him a second wish passer.
Bro,
yeah.
Why is there a Boltund?
Boltund is decent.
Yeah, Boltund's not bad.
It's not bad, but it does scream there was nothing left for me to pick, so I have Boltund.
Yeah, the thing about Boltund is it has a lot of coverage. It's just not strong enough really to take advantage of all the coverage it has.
There was more
cleaner.
Pico in 4B.
Yeah,
more Pico.
It needs all the Fang moves, and you really can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Man, there was more Pico sitting there.
Yeah, more Pico's good though.
No, more Pico is better than Boltund in this scenario because he already has a spinner.
More Pico's a lower tier than Boltund too.
That's crazy.
But that doesn't make sense. But that doesn't change anything, to be honest.
Like Morpeko gets all the coverage. Signature move that not only changes type but raises speed.
Morpeko can run Parting Shot, Fire Fang, Protect, and Aura Wheel every single game.
Yeah.
And be fine.
Yeah.
Also a Rapid Spinner.
Yeah.
Like,
man, I love Morpeko. Morpeko is so good.
No offense to
Overall,
Morpeko. I
this
think
team's
it's
very solid, though. I think you could have used a breaker apart from Diggersby. I mean, Araquanid can kind of be a
Scolipede.
breaker sometimes. No, Scolopede's a cleaner. It's not a breaker.
Scolipede can break if you need it to.
Exactly. Yeah, Stig was his quality. I don't think Araquanid was needed with this team. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it was needed. I don't see any use here except for like maybe choice band liquidation to just hit everything and most of physical offense breaker. But other than that, I don't see Araquanid is sitting here. That's what I'm saying. I think just getting a fire type or getting anything else.
Yeah, Araquanid can be replaced by even Golisopod for a better breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think on that. I agree with that.
There's Virizion. I took Zoroark and then dropped it, but could have gotten Zoroark because he took Araquanid before I took Zoroark. So he could have gotten Zoroark. But yeah.
I mean,
there's a Hydra. He could have gotten Toxicroak, he could have gotten Tyrantrum or Yanmega.
I think Tyrantrum would have been great. Double Dragon is really good. When you have Aggron and
he could have gotten Machamp. He could have gotten Marowak Alola. He could. Well,
yeah, Machamp was right there.
Marowak Alola actually got dropped in FAs. I don't know when it got drafted, but he could have gotten a Marowak Alola.
I think I was trying for Alola Marowak because I first wanted Chandelure, which got sniped because time zones and I was sniped illegally or whatever. I don't mind that still. I'm still salty about it, but still. And then I wanted Alola Marowak, which also got sniped, so I had to pick down.
Actually, if you had like a Alola, that'd be pretty good, especially because then Mega would actually do more on this team because it could be a Trick Room setter.
That's what I'm saying. And Mega Aggron on the Trick Room is actually a decent physical offense user because it has a good, decent enough for attack.
His rockers are Mega Aggron and Clef, right?
Yeah. He has Spikes and Diggersby. And Scolipede.
If his rockers are Mega Aggron and Clef, that means he either has to run rocks on Mega Aggron every single game, or not have Wish Port for Aggron.
I mean, to be fair, in rocks it doesn't matter every game. He has 2 spikes at out, and in fact, Scolipede with 3 spikes too. So I don't think rocks are that big of a deal on this team.
Yeah, and Aggron doesn't really need like the full like wish teleport since it's usually living whatever you bring it on anyway.
Depends. Honestly, does.
Honestly, it doesn't matter.
It could work. It could be fine, but again, nitpicks. I feel like Stealth Rocks on something else would be nice. Like if he had Marowak Alola, he'd have one other rocker.
I think.
Yeah,
Like, can we talk about Dhelmise though? Because not only did he get Poltergeist, but Steel Roller.
Yes.
Steel Walker, yeah. Anchor Shot. Yeah, I think that's good. I personally think it's good. And I think it's a great spinner, and that's why I was saying that more people doesn't fit this team.
I'm not a big Dhelmise fan. I'm not.
I
haven't used it well. I haven't seen it used well.
I've seen it used fantastically.
Same.
I've used it.
Also, his removal consists of Mantine and Dhelmise.
Chimecho, Hydreigon as well.
Yeah,
Chimecho does not count. That
thing Chimecho Hydreigon doesn't count because it's never running defog.
Yeah.
No, it can be a support set. If it needs, if it needs it can support set. Don't speak on support.
Chimecho just isn't coming to a game.
No, it can.
Yeah, don't
I mean,
underestimate
on this
Chimera.
team, maybe not, but if this is on like Miles's team, it could definitely come. I think.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's
Come on.
poor ass Miles. Miles has 180 points to use.
Yeah, he's got a solid team though. I
Oh,
think too. But
God,
we'll,
what
we'll get to
happened?
that. So I think we might be good to move on to Geeky Yogurts. Like we kind of went over everything on
Yeah, I
Wolftur's
think
team.
I think this team is definitely above most teams. I just think that they are just nitpicking at this point, and I don't think that it's that bad. I think it's good. I think this team is great. Just
Yeah.
because of the FS Fairy Dragon Nico, I think it's good. Personally. Should we move on to
So,
week?
I don't remember my problems with this team. I remember that there were some, but I had to really look the fuck into it to find them.
My problems with this team is that I'm going to have to face it eventually.
Yeah. I mean,
It seems good. It seems like a lot of like whatever doesn't resist ground is weak to it.
I remember my problems. Look at his rockers and defoggers.
Yeah.
Archeops, Latios, and Lando T.
Yeah.
that's tough. I mean, I beat this team. I fixed this team. So I don't know what this team is about.
He's got spikes and T-spikes, though.
Spikes
He
and
didn't use it.
rocks. I feel rocks is the most important hazard.
I mean,
If
it's
you
the one
don't-
that hits everything. So
If
that
you don't have good rockers, you have problems.
that's fair.
Like,
That's understandable. Yeah.
like, man is either gonna have to bring Sashly Archeops or Stealth Rock Lando to all his games.
So I think Lando is a decent blocker. I just don't think that.
Also, I
And
don't see what Archeops.
bringing Archeops and Lando to the same game?
I also
Yeah,
don't
he
see
doesn't do
really.
that.
I also don't really see what Archeops does here in the first place. He could have gotten better
It's
moves
nice
than
to me
Archeops.
is what it does because I wanted it and it got picked up right before.
Archeops honestly could have been replaced by any tier 4 rocker and been so much better. That, like, a tier 4 rocker that could be brought in the same game as. It could be replaced by Mesprit. It could be replaced by Rhydon, Sandaconda. Sandaconda overlaps with Lando a little bit, but like it allows you offensive Lando.
This team kind of wants wish support a little bit.
Palisand.
What on his team gets recovery?
Well, no, Latios does.
And that's your.
Does Tangela do?
Tangela gets regenerator and synthesis.
Okay, I mean that's pretty good.
Yeah, but like for like Entei, Doublade.
Lando, as we just mentioned, Lando T is forced into rocking in most games, so Lando's probably going to be forced into a defensive role. Quillfish, Doublade, and that's basically it.
To some extent.
Azumarill could want Wish Pass, because like you belly drum up and then you have to switch and you can get another belly drum off if you Wish Pass to it, but like that is situation as hell and you have to get a Wish Pass to it. And the only mon with Wishport is the Clefs. Yo, look how good Clefairy would be here.
Yep.
Over that Thievul.
Thievul is just...
He has really good knock users in Tangle and Lando. I think Archeops as well. I'm not sure on that one, though. And even if Archeops doesn't get it, Archeops is getting brought to like 3 games at most. So Archeops is a great mon, it just doesn't fit well here.
I like Doublade and Lop together.
Yes, Doublade and Lop are a great pairing, and you are taking one of your best counter. Well, never mind. I forgot. I was thinking Mega Metacham, the better Mega.
Yeah, I'd love to argue about that, but I don't have an argument. I want to, I just don't have one.
On this team, Archeops isn't really serving much of a purpose. It basically does the same thing that a Lando would do. Actually, it's possible Actually, maybe Archeops is there so that he doesn't have to bring the offensive Lando, because that's basically what Archeops is going to be doing.
So, like, realistically, he brings Archeops, and then it's like, yeah.
Doesn't Lando hit harder than Archeops?
It does, but because it's forced to be like rocks or defensive most weeks, Archeops would be like his offensive Lando option, I guess.
It hits harder and it's longer because
couldn't you have gotten Sandaconda like I just said, and then not had to use a defensive Lando once?
Yeah.
The team doesn't seem bad. It just kind of it's like a lot of the other teams. Like a lot of the pieces he has they don't really work well together. But it seems
the hazards are the worst thing about the team. The hazards and the removal. Like you have, that D-Wall just shouldn't be there. Like seriously, Clefairy, like Wish Pass with Quillfish, Wish Pass to Azu, Wish Pass to Archeops, to Lando, to Tangela if needed, although Tangela probably won't ever need that. You get Wish Pass to mods that don't get recovery. I don't know, it just feels weird to see Raiko and Entei on the same team.
Yeah, I've literally never seen them on the same draft team. It's like he was trying to collect them and missed out on Suicune.
Yeah, because Suicune's overpriced as shit.
I mean, yeah, but it's also one of those things that just gets to ignore whatever it's weak to and just be bulky.
And in
you click
26 man,
taunt
many
and
people
things
won't
useless.
be able to deal with it very well.
You click taunt, encore, trick, switcheroo, and it's done.
My first priority with it is knock off the leftovers. It's always like the first thing, because after that it's reliant on rest to heal, and that's not going to do it for it. But it's also one of those things that it doesn't have to attack to wear anything else down. Just pressure stall.
Yeah, I understand how good it is. But like, you click taunt, encore, etc., and it's done.
Yeah.
So, and most teams have something that can click taunt, encore, trick, or switcheroo. Most teams, like this team has Latias, for example.
Yeah, I think most teams should have that.
Wolf's team, I think, has Clef to trick.
Does Stevo learn switcheroo?
It should. If it doesn't, that's a mistake.
It's literally what it's meant to do. Like,
if it doesn't, oh well, because that thing's not ever getting brought.
Oh, it doesn't learn it.
Oh my god!
It doesn't even learn tricks.
Game Freak. Come on.
At least it learns thief.
Guys, I was about to say that.
Yeah, Thief Unburdened, the classic combo.
Thief Unburdened, it doesn't get fling.
God, why'd they do this to this poor thing? Come on.
I love this thing's design. I used it in
could have been so good.
I love this thing's design, and I used it
better
in
moves. It would be pretty good, but
I like Prankster Parting Shot. That's fun.
If it had a real special attack stat or a real attack stat, it would be good.
Stakeout Dark Pulses can hit kind of hard on this, but
that's its only way to hit hard, really.
Yeah.
And you got Nasty Plot Stakeout. So give it tail snap.
Yeah.
God.
Honestly, this thing would rather click foul play than click anything else.
You're completely right.
Yeah.
I can't see myself running this offensively.
Foul play U-turn with like AV and shit could be pretty cool.
Burning Jealousy to punish setup.
Yeah,
so that could be pretty cool. So overall, he's got pretty good offense. I think the biggest thing is he's got like multiple parts to his team that synergize well, but overall his team doesn't have the best offensive or defensive synergy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's got
Latias. He has a Latias.
Yeah, he does. He's got Latias and Tangela with their reliable recovery. They wouldn't really appreciate they don't really need like a Wish Passer, right? But then he has stuff like Entei, Doublade, Azumarill even, Lando T if it's bulky.
Man, Latias.
Yeah.
That thing wants to be offensive
And Mega
so
Loppin is not
badly.
synergizing well offensively with much on his team either.
Yeah, Latias even got the physical stuff that it lacked.
Yeah.
This gen.
Hello.
I don't want to. Hey, hater. I don't want to go back into complaining why Latias is so bad, but the thing has no physical defense.
Latios has worse physical defense.
Latios has a higher attack stat.
Hold on. Actually, wait, AD attack isn't bad with Dragon Dance though. On Latias.
Yeah, but I'm never using it that way.
Yeah, that's also
That's
true.
the only thing. It's like you could, but I'm never going to.
Yeah.
We letting
they
another person in? We want to let another person in?
More of like a defensive pivot. I mean, it can be offensive too, but
we want to put Wagon in here.
Yeah. Does he want to join?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to join.
Oh, I gave him the follower Blacks to roll. Oh no.
Wait, we have to wait until we're gonna do his team next. We have to wait until after we do his team.
Nah, he can just shut up when we do his team.
Yeah, he did that.
That's
for
what DJ
Cold
did.
Cut.
Okay, so anything else to say about this team?
I don't think so. I think it's decent, but it's not great. I six up this team. I destroyed this team. This team has a lot of players, in my opinion, which you'll probably discuss while I was having my brunch. So yeah.
The team has problems, and I don't like its problems. Its problems are problems I have had on so many drafts, and those are the problems that fuck me over. This draft looks like so many drafts I've used before that I've done shit with.
It looks inexperienced, you know. It doesn't look bad. It looks inexperienced. He didn't know what he had, he was going for. It just looks inexperienced, in my opinion. Like, like this one got this tool. All right, it's good. I pick it. Latias, like same thing goes for Ent. All right, this one has so much attack. I pick it. It's good. I pick it. Azumarill, it has so much stuff. I pick it.
When I was drafting, I messed up a lot thinking mons that got defog didn't. Example, Weezing. That shit almost fucked me.
Hey, maybe you're the one to blame, not Weezing. Maybe you're the one to blame. Just a thought.
So we ready to move on to Wagon?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Do you want to let this man know that we are on Wagon? We are himself.
No? So, round one, Zarude. Again, it's a new toy. Again, same thing as Urshifu single strike with Blackster, but it's not one of the better ones.
So
I'm sure it would have fallen.
Yeah, I agree actually, but the thing is that it's possible he really wanted to use it, and because it's new, he wasn't sure if it would make it back.
Yes, I understand that.
And he's pretty close to the end. There were still a lot of good tier 1As available that could have still made it back.
I've never seen it in action, so I have no opinion.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think in theory
he got lucky and Victini made it back, but like, imagine Victini didn't make it back. Think about what he would have had for a 1A. He would have had like, I don't even know. He would have like, he might have had to grab like Lele, which would have fucked cheese. I wish Victini went. Man, we wouldn't have to play Lele Mega Alakazam then.
Who let this happen? Who let this happen?
I mean, to be fair, I don't think anyone can break that code. I'm scared of that.
Like it gets expanding force now.
Yeah,
I'm scared of
I
that.
might
Scared of
forfeit
it.
that match to
But
I might forfeit that
honestly,
match
I
to fix
know
differential.
I know how.
I might forfeit that match for differential.
Would
Not gonna
depend
lie.
on yeah. Okay, but like so
Yeah, exactly. I don't even want to play that much. All right, now basically, I think he has a great power, Rasco, and Rasco is Victini and Zaru. Does he have any wish?
What I want to talk about first is where is his defensive core? Gigalith, Mega Blast, Dusclops.
Hey, I think
he
I
has
think
the small
it's
sand
okay.
core with Gigalith and Excadrill, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is good, but like I want to find a real defensive core on this team because I don't think Mega Blast, Gigalith is a defensive core.
It's
not. It's not. It's two defensive walls. It's not a core. They are just two different defensive walls.
It's mono guided grass core.
Yeah, pretty much. But you then have Zarude.
I find it funny that he has Zarude with Leaf Guard on a sand team.
Yeah, that's something. You know.
Yeah, if he had Torkoal to like boost Victini, that might have been cool.
Jesus Christ! Please do not. If this man had Torkoal.
Hello.
Hello.
We're on you now, Wagon.
Oh shit!
We on
I
your
joined at the
ass.
perfect time.
Yeah, and we are
basically all we've said so far is where's your defensive core?
And about that.
Things are about to get worse.
Don't think that Gigalith Mega Blastoise is enough. Is gonna trick us.
We were literally crashing.
Okay. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Wish passing Slurpuff.
Yeah, that's
no.
I mean, it's not the worst Wish Passer. It's better than Flareon.
Yeah.
But that's wrong.
It's still not gonna save you from getting hit by like an energy ball, bro. Bro, Shaman goes in.
Shaman goes in.
Bro,
yeah.
Talk about Shaman. To be honest, I'm not deciding.
Does Shaman get coverage for Zarude?
Yeah,
I think it's fucking Air Slash.
Area Air Slash.
I get my own acrobatics.
Now, we also mentioned sand would be better for the sand would be better for your first two than sun would be better for your first two than sand.
What?
In a weird
Victini Zarude. Torkoal. Instead of Victini Zarude Gigalith.
Yes, I just hate sun.
Fair.
But see, you also have Heliolisk, which gets that solar power.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Spec solar power, hyper voice.
I only use sand as well. I get you.
Yeah,
is Sandvale legal? Hold on, is Sandvale legal?
It's a regular
Why wouldn't
ability.
it be?
It's not.
But it does increase evasion though. I didn't know if that was legal.
I don't.
I
don't even think bright powder is banned, man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I've seen leagues where it's legit banned, so I don't know.
Oh shit! Heliolisk, Sandville, bright powder, Heliolisk.
Yeah.
It's coming a week. It's gonna come. I guarantee it.
It has to. That's your defensive core.
Can't get hit. Can't get hit, so it counts.
By the way, guys, I was just saying, Slurpuff gets with webs, right? So webs plus Victini is kind of good. More than a
Webs plus Victini, Zarude, Heliolisk, that's all pretty good.
The big issue was when Noivern got sniped, it removed my I really wanted to have a dragon type. And
we see that
I originally I got Dragonair, but I originally planned to have that spot be taken by Meowstic for Prankster screens.
Bro, come on, dude.
Wouldn't
What
that
the
make
heck?
your team extremely dark weak, though?
Yeah, exactly.
I
I
guess.
mean,
Even
gonna
more
split up
ghost
a bit.
weak than dark.
Yeah, I mean, Ghost
Zarude
is
can
trying to
handle
be
most ghost types apart from like Gengar or like
Dragapult.
yeah.
really
Yeah,
soft.
Darude's defensive stats are actually solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
105, 105, 95.
his what does Zarude even count as? I don't know. A breaker.
It's like
Yup.
more of a cleaner.
It sure is.
It can also
It's a breaker
I
and
think
it's-
I think it's best defined as like a cleaner, but it can also be a bulky pivot.
I mean,
So
look at the move
for
pool,
breakers,
Dark Chestnut, really.
especially offensive, this team looks quite weak.
I mean, to be fair,
Gigalith and Sand.
I can see that.
Heliolisk, I
but-
guess, is special. Heliolisk is special offensive, and then you have to give up Vicreed on Victini to run Blue Flare if you want Blue Flare if you're running specially
It
offensive.
is versus some teams though. Dropping V-Crate for Blue Flare actually isn't that much of a downgrade because some teams can handle
Yeah.
V-Crate pretty well, but can't handle Blue Flare as well.
Mhm.
That's fair, but like, I really do believe that like more special offense would have helped this team, like
Yeah.
over like maybe Aerodactyl.
That's fair. I wanted something fast from tier 3.
Crobat. Bro, that Crobat snipe really hurt me, man. That really
Yeah, that
hurt
was
me.
the second one.
Yeah.
I originally planned Noivern, and then,
Yeah, I planned Crobat, and then that got sniped, and I was like, well, guess I'm not drafting removal.
That's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it
26,
is.
man. I don't expect myself to ever go a full draft without getting sniped. I knew I should have got Tangle over Tangrowth, and got that later.
Thanks Roland for that. Thanks Roland for that. He was the man that decided it.
So,
Thanks for that.
I just don't like the lack of a defensive core on this team.
Yeah, this team, I mean, if you see it, to be honest, against any other defensive core, like any other good Fairy Dragon Steel core, this team loses. Like, I'm just saying
The
that.
Fairy Dragon
I don't
Steel
think
core
this
was the dream for him.
Yeah, but that is what breaks him, That's what beats him.
So,
I mean, according to Lance, Aerodactyl's a dragon, so.
True?
Technically, we are speaking that way, technically.
And like
but
round
yeah,
one dragon is insecure anyway, so.
Yeah,
It's not insecure.
that's pushy shit. I got a last round.
I got it first round, and my only removal is my dragon, so.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah, my only removal is Laudio. Oh, Rotom Frost, too. Rotom Frost, my bad.
Oh, yeah, you got Rotom Frost, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my FA got missed until, like, today. I completely forgot I even did it, too. It got missed because of a Blackster quote.
Bro, that's insane and disgusting. Also insane, but disgusting.
But, okay, let's get back to the team.
Great.
So, offensively, I could see Victini, Zarude, Gigalith, Excadrill, Heracross, Heliolisk, Aerodactyl, just winning every single game. But like, this team relies on doubles and goods, just playing hyper offense well.
Which I mean, hyper offense it's good as long as you have like a lot of U-turn users.
My biggest problem with hyper offense is that if you get a bad matchup, the game is over before it starts.
Yeah, I mean, it still kind of depends on how you play ultimately, but yeah.
With a bad matchup, if your opponent doesn't play bad and you're drafted hyper offense, the game is over. In 90% of situations.
It kind of depends on how bad your matchup is.
But like,
well, you see, the big flaw in that is I am so absolutely fucking retarded. I'll make it. I'll make it work. I don't think you estimate my absolute stupid mind enough.
yeah, how long it took you to form that sentence, Steph?
Yeah,
I definitely understand
I'm
why.
running on like a minute of sleep.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I had to go to like 3 dentist appointments in one day on like an hour of sleep. That just sucked.
That really sucks.
Yeah. Alright, let's get back to this team already, goddamn. Talk about the team.
Overall, I think it's
So, who is the knockoff user?
Zero.
Zero doesn't get it, I don't think.
Does it not?
It doesn't. I don't think so.
Wow. Okay.
Good lord.
Yeah,
Game
Zaru
Freak.
doesn't get knock.
Look at it. Why doesn't it get knockoff?
Does
Look at
Heracross
it.
get knockoff?
Because
Yeah.
nothing in Gen 8 gets knockoff. It should have been my knockoff.
I'm back.
Oh, that sucks.
Okay.
I'm back for it.
I think
Okay.
does Heracross get it?
Heracross gets knock. So
Okay.
your knock user is Heracross, but 90% of games that thing's banned.
Yeah,
Or
are you on my team? Hello, guys.
No, we're still on. We're still on wagons because we're being slow.
I mean, to be honest, Vegas team is just offensive. That's what I'm saying.
What's your removal? I need to hit you with that. What's your removal?
What? I have Heracross and Mega Blasters.
Heracross for removal.
That's good though. Make a blast.
Yeah, that's insane.
Heracross? Holy shit! I actually am running on a minute. It's Extra Drill and Mega Blasters. I'm sorry.
Missed Mega Blast.
No, it's fine.
I missed Mega Blast.
He was talking about Pokemon removal, not hazards.
Pokemon removal? Oh, I'm fucking removing everything. It's all gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Mega Blastoise with a speed boost from Rapid Spin can be pretty threatening.
Yeah, in lieu of Shell Smash, I think that's like it's.
Yeah, no, we should just legalize that real quick. Hold on.
Let's go ahead and not.
I don't see the issue.
Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't because you're on the other side of the battle.
What?
Well, then can I switch
Bold
my Latios
claim,
to
dear sir.
Can I switch my Latios to a Mega Latios real quick then?
No, no, you can't. You can't. Sorry.
Yeah, can I just go ahead and upgrade my Axeverse to the Alga, and that'll be fine, right?
Hey man, can I just go and just change my dam to something like Shiram? I think that's fine.
Nah, can you just degrade haters teams all the snoms?
That's probably I like that step. That's a good step.
No, that's bad. No.
I can't wait till we get to be a team hater. I really can't wait.
I think we're probably about to get there. Hold on. So I think overall it's actually pretty solid. I mean, he doesn't have a very good defensive core, but the team is obviously meant to be very offensive. And compared to a lot of other offensive teams, it's actually kind of like his offense actually works together pretty well.
About half these teams, I have wanted to rip my hair out looking at. I'm not gonna lie.
Does mine have a little less of that?
Yes.
No,
okay. I'll settle for that.
My biggest complaint is that you don't have a defensive core.
Yeah.
But on an offensive team, you probably don't need it. It just kind of depends, mostly on matchup.
Well,
if you get caught in Volt Turn with this team, you're done.
Yeah, if you're in the vortex, you're actually good.
That is saying something. If you're getting beat down by a Volt Turn, that's saying something.
Not always. Sometimes you get caught in Volt Turn and you can't do anything about it. Like good Volt Turn, like Scizor, Rotom, Wash is really hard to not get caught in.
Yeah.
Fair. I can somewhat agree to that. But I refuse to say that this thing is still, it's average.
I think we're good to move.
Yeah,
hiders.
I definitely think this team is like right in the middle of teams.
Yeah, a lot better than It's like
Oh,
yeah, it's like in the
Okay.
middle, but it's like a little bit
A
above.
lot better than
Yeah.
the team that round one Volcarona.
Yeah.
Wait, there's
Yeah,
a wait, what?
Yep.
Let me see this one.
Okay, I think we can move
Scores
to Hyder's
something
team.
like round one.
All right, time to move to the stall team.
Ugh,
Wait,
God.
We have
that
to
was
make this one take a while.
It's
No,
not stalled. It's not stalled.
I gotta
preferably
take a look
not.
at Hyder's team.
Shut up, calling it not stall.
It's
Where's
semi.
Hyder?
It's stall with 3 breakers. That's stall.
Oh my god,
Oh.
this fucking abomination! Oh,
Yes, this.
Hey, don't blame me. You're
Hyder.
alright?
Hyder,
Don't
what
blame me.
the fuck, dude?
Hater,
He
who
kept getting sniped, so he
I'ma
decided
have-
to come back
I'm-
with revenge. It kept getting skipped too.
I'ma have to hit you with the. I don't see a knockoff user. There probably is one. I just don't. Never mind. I
No,
see
no.
Torrentine now. I
For-
forgot.
Forget that.
There is a
Oh,
Torrentine.
we're on Hyder's
We
now.
were asking about Wagon Fruit's defensive core. Here it is. Hater took all of it. He took
Yeah,
all
no,
of it.
yeah, that's true. Hey, Hyder, can you wanna
Wait.
team up?
You want to loan this man some defense?
Wait.
Hyder, you want to team up so I don't have
Ishiku,
to fucking fight
you
you?
and Hyder both have Rotom Frost.
Wait, what the fuck?
What? No,
Let's
only
just
Hyder
keep
does.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
It was on the tier
I was
list
gonna
when
say-
It was on the tier list when I made the FA. What the fuck?
Did Hyder draft? Because if that's the case, then you probably still have Minior.
Motherfucker. Well, guess I don't have removal.
Let's
you
go.
really Yeah, let's go.
Well, Minior does learn defog,
I like this
but
team.
it's not good.
No, it doesn't.
defog.
Yeah, it's never gonna run out.
The defog Meteor was a whole meme. It doesn't learn defog.
Yeah, Hyder learned. He took Rotom Frost during the draft.
Bro, the shit isn't even crossed off on the dock.
Yeah.
That's sad. That's sad.
Wasn't one of the ones I pointed out too?
I got
What?
cucked.
Yeah,
So,
you did.
I'ma see what I can
like-
do about switching Minior before my match with Rolenti, because, like, that was a whole cuck. I should have removal.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Right, bye, guys.
So okay.
So-
Hyder obviously he might actually have the second best team.
Hey, I was supposed to be the first best team. What the hell?
I'm going to fix the dock real quick. So, oh, never mind. You already fixed my. I'm upset about that, man.
So, should we talk about the 6 he's going to bring every week?
No, we're gonna talk about the
Gonna bring
6
the
he's
same
not.
every week.
We're gonna talk about the 6 he's not ever gonna bring. Swampert,
Yep.
Hey,
Right.
Armaldo, Comfy.
Hey, Comfy is good. Comfy is a good
Comfy
side.
is great, but you're not ever bringing
You're
that
not
thing.
bringing it, yeah.
You're bringing Mega Heracross,
Yeah.
Torrentine, Slowbro, Umbreon, and then 2 filler.
The thing
A
about his
Moongus
team
and
is
then a
it
filler.
is sort of
Amoonguss and then
it's
a
really
filler,
top
yeah.
heavy, sort of, when you think about how good his higher tier picks are compared to like his lower tier picks. But even his low tier
His lower
picks are
tier
solid.
picks aren't even bad.
Yeah, so they can still come, but not.
Comfy is pretty
valuable.
valuable for tier 4.
Hey, Hater,
Yeah.
you want to loan me that Torrentine? You want to trade me that Torrentine, man? I will literally. I
No,
will do
that's-
some
that's-
stuff.
Hey,
to
Hyder,
for
you
that
want to trade me
Torrentine.
literally
That's
fucking anything?
Never.
Yeah, at least give him a Swampert. Come on, you're not using it.
Give me
I
Swamp.
am using it. That's one of my main ones.
Oh, one of your main mons, huh?
Take my
I will-
fucking Dusclops. You need more defense.
Don't you give this man Dusclops.
Give this man a Dusclops, bro.
I will trade you sex for that Torrentine.
Never. That's actually maybe I can, but no.
I will trade you 1 month of sex for that
Holy
Torrentine.
shit. This is a once in a lifetime thing. Come on, man.
Yeah, once in a lifetime. That
You
offer
know you
will never come back around.
Oh my god.
So, overall, he has good removal. Well, yeah.
We
Yeah.
all realize if you gave me
Yes.
that Torrentine, I win the league on the spot, right? If I had Latios, Tangrowth, Mega Maw, Torrentee, I win the league on the spot.
He has 3 rock setters.
Yeah, man.
All of them can set rocks pretty reliably. I mean, Duraludon might not want to run rocks, but it can.
So his rockers are Duraludon, Pert, and
Armaldo.
Oh, okay. Armaldo is not coming to a single game, and we all know this.
Ever. Armaldo is serving drinks, and that's it.
Armaldo is bringing the Gatorade for the team. Don't worry about it, bro.
And as we already saw this week, this is probably one of the only teams that can just get Parahacks to death and still 6-0. Because nothing ever gets dead.
I watched that and almost vomited in my mouth. That was awful.
That's the only match I've actually. That is the only match I've actually watched.
Yeah, no, like I watched that match. I just like scouted through. I watched the match and I just like couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't watch any others. Then I revisited it.
No, I just didn't watch any of the others because they all just didn't really interest me. I enjoy watching Torrentee play. I really do. I enjoy watching Torrentee. That is just what I like to watch.
When it's you turning out into something that's not just a non-flying Torrentee. Like Slowbro and the
Torrentee's cool as fuck.
I love Slowbro as well. I love Slowbro as well. I am a stall player at heart. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a stall player.
Like this is Gen 6 stall plus Duraludon
moves.
Hey, to be fair, my team is Central.
It is a stall team. He definitely drafted it well.
So, my only complaint is if he brings this team offensively.
I can.
He needs a scar. He needs like 2 Scarfers.
But he can do that.
I mean, darn.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This team can be run offensively, though.
Darman kind of loves the Scarf. Then he's got Torrentee and Priority and Comfort.
Hater, if you bring Mega Heracross with Slowbro Trick Room ever, I will literally call you.
Just give him more sex. That's what he wants. Give him more sex.
Dude, I was planning for that because I know that can work.
I will give you the 4 numbers on the back of my. I will give you the numbers on my back of my credit card, man.
Yeah, all 4 of those.
I will give you. Yep, all 4.
All 4 of them.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you every. I will.
You know it's bad when even your credit card has extra chromosomes.
Yeah.
To be honest, man, I think I should clear something. I was actually going for Mega Medicham Wedge offense before actually picking this team with the regen core of Thorn and Slowbro and Among Us. But Mega Medicham got sniped and then Chandelure got sniped, so I was like, fuck this. If you all don't want to say, let me,
he was gonna get Tangrowth over that Amoonguss, and I got Tangrowth.
Exactly.
God, no.
Yeah, and it's like, alright, you can have Tangrowth. I'll have Amoonguss. I'm fine with that. I don't care about Tangrowth. Anyways, I was like, alright, you're trying my Chandelure, you're trying my Mega Medicham.
Yeah, you're welcome, guys, for not giving him Tangrowth as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're so gracious. Thank you for that shit.
Yeah, but alright, guys, to be fair, I just wanted to draft a HO team, alright? I just wanted to draft a hyper offense team. I wanted to have fun. And I'm now having fun with semi-stall. And that's not my fault because you guys did this.
Just because 2 of the ones you wanted got sniped, you decided you just burn the whole league down slowly with the world's crappiest lighter.
Man, I just wanted a Crobat. I just wanted a Crobat.
Hey man, come on! I got sniped 4 times. I didn't complete, except for that maybe Chandelure, which I'm still sorry about.
It's so funny how we're barely even talking about this team because there is nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about. This team's going to 6-0 every week, and we're just going to be mad about it.
except for when it plays Latios. Because look what Latios does to this team.
To be fair, just give me number 1 spot, and I'll be happy. You're gonna beat this team. Let's accept it. You guys got no chance. Give me the number one spot. I'm happy. We are happy. We are happy.
Number
Hater.
12. Okay.
Have fun with my Latios and my Mamo.
So, like, just.
Yeah, I can easily beat the
Those are like the
Don't-
hardest mons for you to switch into, bro.
Is it though? Is it though? No,
Latios and Mamo.
actually,
Bro, what is taking a hit from Mamo Swan besides slow, bro? And that thing's getting dropped by a team. You know,
Just slow, bro.
No, I'm just saying this, right? Because I know I can beat your B. I don't want to reveal now. I'm just saying that maybe, just maybe, come on. I know how to beat your B. I've played you. I've hacked you. I know that.
you
Don't
won on a
worry, I know how
misclick.
to
I don't
do
want to hear it.
Okay, wait. So,
Come on. I've done
overall,
that.
the team is
I-
obviously extremely solid. He has a really good regen core, which is surprising since this was 26 man. But also maybe not, because he's pretty close to the end.
I could have drafted a regen core if I wanted to.
Well,
I could have
anybody
taken Tang
could
Roads.
have.
No,
But
yeah,
he
you
actually
couldn't
managed to.
because he has all the regen.
I don't
mods.
draft regen out of fucking principle. I don't know how you manage to sit with yourself.
His
Let
mons
me
that
just go.
don't
Let me just go
regen.
pull up a draft of mine from another league
You know,
real quick.
You know what? I've said this before, and I'm going to say this again. I just don't want to.
So, let me tell you the first three mons: Torn T, Tangrowth, Suicune.
You're the same kind
Yeah,
of
that's
evil
good.
as him.
Then let's go on: Weezing, Gigalith, Doublade, Aromatisse, Infernape, Morpeko, Feraligatr, Mega
God,
Garchomp.
this whole team is really prepped for 2020. This is a post-apocalyptic team
Oh, yeah.
that you're describing to us right now. This team is
Yeah,
ready for
no.
We should have chat before.
Hey guys, by the way, I just want to say that.
I went.
Again,
You
I'm
want to
saying
hear
this.
the first three
So,
mons?
he
Y'all
has.
hear?
Okay, he has really solid regen
you
core.
have to see.
He's got Umbreon, which is good with support for his other mons that aren't part of that core. Like, I mean, he's probably not bringing Pert, but he could. It would appreciate wish support, Rotom Frost, Armaldo, Mega Heracross. All of these could appreciate that.
I really don't see why we even have to talk about this. Everybody knows what it does just by looking at it.
We already saw what it does. It's going to do that.
Yeah.
That one
One-dimensional.
That's probably going to get game of the week anyways. Y'all see in the weekly review.
Yeah, I just meant more so
Hey,
for like, the
honestly,
sake of summarizing it. Like, yeah, it's broken, obviously, as you
Broken.
can see, but like,
Say,
yeah, solid,
I'm gonna say this.
good
I'm gonna
bulk,
say the same thing I said about Cheez-Its draft. Busted. Get out of here.
yeah, so I am getting the number one spot, right? Because I deserve
So now,
it.
do we want to move on to the Sun
No,
team?
we're putting you to the bottom where this team deserves to be.
No,
Okay,
no,
Worst
thing
team
is,
ever
so
created.
really
Sun
quick,
team?
so if like I would say maybe yours is a little bit better than Cheez-Its, but at the same time it doesn't really have the same like brokenness factor as like Megazam, Lily, and Hawlucha, but I do think it's better than all the
And
other teams.
Garchomp.
Yeah, I don't think it's better than Cheez-Its, but it's definitely better than literally every other team.
I think it's better than Cheez-Its team.
I
And
don't.
the only reason I'm saying that is because this team doesn't have to do anything.
Well, that's true.
Like you make the right switches, and that's your game plan.
Yeah.
Whereas
Don't-
with Cheez-Its
It's
team,
the same
you
thing
have
with
to still do things.
Bro, you just have to get into Megazam and you win.
Yeah, but you have to do that though.
Yeah.
Oh, you
It's
do
not
have
that. It's not that hard to bring a Megazam in.
No, you're not wrong. But you can force out Lucha. You can kind of force out Zam with.
Let's just go move on to the Sun.
Yeah, let's just go to the Sun team. Yeah,
All right. Terrakion Rotom Wash. It's already sounding like a Gen 6 or 17.
It looks like a Gen 16. It looks like
I
a Gen 16.
I don't like Megazard. Why? I really think that without being 4 times weak and not getting boots in Gen 8 is just horrible.
Oh, it's a fucking Sun team?
Yeah.
I fucking quit this league, dude. Are you kidding me? I didn't sign up for this shit.
You missed the rain team,
I
bro.
mean, it's kind of a Sun
This
team.
guy has 2 waters on a Sun team.
actually, yeah, the rain team,
Wait, I'm just
the
noticing,
sun team,
why is
and
there
the
a
sand team,
cloister?
they all kind of. Actually, kind of built.
I'm just noticing.
Next to
Why,
Wait,
I'm
why
just
the
noticing.
fuck does he have
Why is-
3 waters on a Sun team?
Why does he have a hurricane abuser on a Sun team?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate this team. I hate it. Oh my god, I hate this fucking team.
I don't think this team is good.
He
I
also
don't think
doesn't
this
have,
team
If
is
I
good.
lose to this team, I will tear my eyes out.
Yeah.
What is his removal?
Oh, Rotom Wash.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it.
it's Rotom Wash and it's bad Cloister. Because we have
Torn
Torn Cloister.
Torn.
You're not doing
I mean,
it.
Tornai.
He doesn't want Rotomosh out ever, and it's his only removal.
Everybody just
Oh my
runs
God,
Solar Beam versus this team.
Bro,
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess his plan is to get it in Venusaur and growth up, but you've only got 5 turns of that. 4 turns after you go
has-
take it. So.
I've been 6-0'd by Venusaur way too many times on the ladder, so I'm gonna lose to this team, obviously.
I've only been
Just over prep for Venusaur, and then the rest will come naturally because his team is designed so fucking poorly.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I think he
This,
has.
to be honest.
It's kind of like
He's got so many repeating types. It's actually
it's
disgusting
kind
to
of like
look at.
Pikachu's team where he's got like 1 or 2 really big threats, and then the rest of his team just kind of falls apart.
So, let's count repeating typings. 2
No, oh my God.
ghosts, 3 waters, 2 rocks, 3 rocks actually, 2 grounds.
Wait, 3
2
rocks?
flyings.
Oh my god. Oh.
This shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
This is
his knockoff user is Tornai and Sableye. Regular Sableye is not a good knockoff user because that shit just dies.
Why
It
was Sableye at tier 4?
I don't know. It should be a tier 5.
It should be a tier 5.
That shit just you click Will-O-Wisp Toxic and it dies.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
get
Prankster, reliable recovery, and status.
you get 1 status move and you're dead.
You get reliable recovery, and then you get hit with something more than 50%.
No, you get hit with something for like 100%.
That will happen without fail.
You don't even get magic bounce, man. I don't. If you're drafting Zard Y without magic bounce, what are you doing?
Why do you say? Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean,
if
yeah,
you have
This
Megazard
dude
Y,
had-
you need removal. 100.
At least he has sticky webs with Megazard Y. That's pretty cool. I like that.
And then you trade for rocks and take 50% on switching.
Don't
But
you
yeah.
see Rapid Spin Cloister? With bro,
Oh yes,
Also,
yes.
this is the most grass
I'm not.
Sun
I'm not.
team
I'm
ever
sorry,
seen.
I forgot about bulky rapid spin teleport
I'm not-
Cloister.
I'm not gonna lie, that wouldn't be bad. Sticky webs, go into Cloister, Rapid Spin, then teleport into Zard Y and bomb stuff.
And then die in the process? Yes. Of course.
Cloister has really good physical defense. If you
And-
switch in on a physical
Oh,
attacker, you
yeah.
could be fine. But yes, that is very, very fucking situational. Like,
This is like parts of multiple teams.
Yeah,
It's
I would say
what
so.
is Rhyperior even doing here?
it's trying to copy Terrakion.
What the fuck is
but it's
Whiscat
failing.
doing here?
It's trying to copy Rhyperior, but failing.
It's trying to copy Rhyperior, but it forgot it's a fucking fish.
It forgot that Solar Beam takes 1 turn and goes burr.
yeah, not very solid. He has a decent Sun Core, but he didn't build well around that, and I don't think he built well around anything else, basically.
Bro, this is almost as bad as what we were doing to Beater's team last night. We literally had to go, do we have anything nice to say?
Oh yeah, I was looking at Beater's team. It's just a shit show, and Mega Autono is just like the cherry on top.
Like,
holy
isn't
shit.
that bad.
It's not bad, but on Bader's team, it's not really doing much.
I
It's
hate
like
that
having
mod.
a
Why would you
track.
ever use that mod?
You can use Encore to make it so things can't set up on you, then switch into something that can take it
So-
out and force it out.
What do we have nice to say about his team?
Good Sun Core, that's it. Just Charizard Y and Venusaur, that's it.
Terracion's an amazing mod.
but not on this
Someone's
team. He
going
doesn't
to
have
actually-
nearly
Wow,
enough,
I'm so glad that he drafted an amazing mod. That's
his
really
only
cool.
pivot, or his only pivots are basically Rotom Wash and Cloyster with Teleport for Terrakion. That's
Okay,
it.
Venusaur, but like then you have to give up on Sun.
Wait,
You have to give up on Sun when it's the only thing making this team even
Yeah.
close to playable.
yeah.
It's kind of like you have Sun, so maybe the thought process.
I guess
Terrakion takes less
there's
water.
Tornai without Wish Test or Recovery.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Give Tornai Regenerator already, man.
Why?
I mean, Tornai isn't even bad. Just on this team, it's really not doing much.
Yeah, give Rooster Regenerator, please.
I
Bro,
feel
give
like,
all give all of the genies Roost. Including Lando, including Thunderous.
Let's not.
No.
Lando,
Why?
No.
I think
That
we'll
would make
probably
that
move
would
on to
make a
Rivet's
cer-
team.
that would make a certain stall player happy.
Oh yes, I get to
Overall,
piss people off with an already pissy mod.
Can we move on? I don't want to talk about
Let's
this
just
team.
go to Rivet's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm not talking about this team. I see a Bulu.
Okay, this team is
A
really.
Bulu.
I like it.
I don't like Bulu. I'm extremely biased against hating this team the second I see Bulu.
There's a Chansey too. Wait,
I like Chansey.
I hate
Chansey's
either.
terrain seems kind of broken. Because of terrain, if he needs to run like Heat-Proof Bronzong,
Oh wait,
he can,
I can
and
talk about
Keys
this
will
team.
also hit it.
I can talk about this team. I see one of my favorite megas.
yeah, I knew exactly what you were gonna say.
Okay, so Mega Arrow for Alligator. Love the two.
It kind of looks like he drafted Bulu first and then said, well, now my team's not weak to ground, so Lantern, Blacephalon, Dragalge,
His
Skuntank.
team's actually not that weak to ground overall, though, because he also has Levitate on Bronzong. Hitmontop can definitely take like EQs.
Man's running heat.
Aerodactyl, then-
Man's running heat proof every week.
He could. I mean,
Yeah,
he
he
does
could.
have the terrain. And he has Wish Pass with Chansey, too.
But yeah, going back to what you said about like he basically looked at teams like, oh, I have terrain. I'm not weak to ground. High horsepower. Go.
He still
High
has a lot
horsepower.
of ground answers, though. He could have
And-
used, Oh, yeah, he does.
Bro, Zygarde finna have some fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, as the one with Zygarde, yeah, but like, I don't want to like.
Like the momentum you get from Teleport Chansey is so disgusting that
Yes.
you just bring in whatever.
He
love-
could maybe use like one other pivot though. Like he's got Chansey and Lantern as both pivots. and that's
I
it.
don't understand why he drafted 2 grounded poisons.
Yeah, that is kind of confusing because Skuntank, I mean, I guess if you needed another
Skuntank
defogger
is some
for
of
some
his
reason.
view removal. Bro, this guy basically just went, oh wait, I have Bulu. No poison types. No poison types.
No,
I want them all. Give me them all.
He did cover Bulu's weaknesses pretty well though, overall.
I love Bronzong. I really love that mon.
Bronzong's pretty cool.
Resto, Chesto, Recycle, Mofugga.
okay.
I no longer like.
Bronzong learn screens. Bronzong gets screens, right?
Yep, it gets screens, it gets Resto, Chesto,
everything
Wait, then like
it gets screens, it gets Resto,
Feraligatr
Chesto.
under
Yeah, I
screens
would
might be
say,
kinda
I would
threatening,
say
too.
it does get Resto Chesto, as does every mon. And
No, but it gets recycled too.
Feraligatr
Okay.
under screens could be pretty threatening.
Yeah,
So
you're
could
gonna run-
Aerodactyl, so could Blacephalon, so could Thunderous, so could Dragalge, so could...
Can I
Yeah,
just
but-
mention Technician Triple Axle on Young Hitmontop?
It gets
cool.
triple axle.
It gets Triple Axle and Technician boosted. The thing is,
Doesn't only boost like the first or second hit.
it boosts the whole thing.
He could use like one other solid move or two.
No, it doesn't work like that, man. Because the last hit doubles, it keeps like tripling in power. It doesn't work.
Maybe it does the first two.
I don't even think it would work, but it will only work for like the first hit.
Ooh. Wait, what's the multiplier on triple axel?
Let me go double check. I think it goes from 25 to 60.
Yeah, because if
65
it's
or something.
25 then 60, it definitely gets boosted the first
I'm not sure. I need to check what its base.
Wasn't it
Hits 3 times each time. Each hit can miss, but power rises. I don't know, man.
Okay,
I think it
for
did.
reference, on a Weavile, the base power is pretty much 180 with stab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 120.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, it's 20, 40, 60.
Oh,
Yes.
is it? Okay.
Yeah, so
that's pretty good. And so the 90 every hit's pretty reasonable.
It goes up to 120 with Weavile, though, doesn't it?
No, 180 because of stab. So it's same as Technician.
I meant, yeah, it goes up to 120 on the last hit.
Right.
So, okay, I'm done trying to figure out the mechanics to that move. I'm fine being in the dark. I'm still clicking Icicle Crash because I don't trust my luck.
Interesting.
I don't trust my luck.
Overall,
I can click Hurricane. I cannot click a triple axle.
If it was used
Hater,
with,
I'm
like,
still
Technician.
down. I'm still down to trade for that Torrentee.
yeah, please take something. I don't care what you get. You just need to take something from this team.
Hater, I'm down to take your whole team. You can have mine. Like, you down to do that, bro? I'm sure you'd be down to use my team. My team's pretty good. My team ain't bad. It has Mega Maul, Latios, Tang, Mamo, Quag, Weezing, Miltank.
So overall,
you get infinite player trades.
So you actually could just fucking trade entire teams over.
Yeah.
Hater.
Exactly.
Hater. Hater.
Hater.
Okay, cool. So
I know you want this Mega Mawile. I know you want this Tang growth.
Maybe.
Okay, hear me out. I know
Give the stall player the stall. Give the stall player the stall team.
No, that's even more disgusting. I'm not gonna break the sleeves apart.
I'm just kidding. I'm not a stall player. I'm not a stall player.
You are.
That's exactly
I'm
what
not.
a stall player is.
Overall, looking at
I have Mega
team,
Mawile. I'm not a stall player. I have Mega Mawile and Latios. I think Latios is bad.
Okay, wait. So unlike a lot of other teams that we've seen, Rivet actually did support his first pick pretty well. I mean, it does seem pretty clear that he thought that because he got grassy terrain, he thought he could just neglect the fact that he does have a ground weakness outside of the terrain. But he has other mons that can pivot into ground type attacks too. Like he has, if he wanted to bring Levitate on Bronzong, Aerodactyl, Thundi.
You say if as if he's considering heat proof.
He could consider heat proof. I mean, he might. I mean, he did get 2 poison types. He did get 2 poison.
He means you're saying as if you're considering Levitate on Thundurus and Mega Aerodactyl.
When it comes to immunity, I don't know if that even matters.
Maybe not, but
Edgequake kills this entire team. Besides Bronzong.
Besides a Levitate Bronzong?
Besides Bulu.
Yeah, Bulu too. Bulu itself can tank ground hits really well. I mean, obviously it's under terrain, but like...
Even without terrain.
Yeah, even without terrain, yeah.
Quite chunky.
Decker's Mega Gallade is going to have a shit ton of fun here.
Yeah.
G-Jab, EQ, Stone Edge, win.
Like, he gets rid of Dactyl, and then that's
just run agility, bro.
He's not. No one does that. I mean, I thought you were joking earlier, but
it really isn't a joke. It's not that bad. Like in certain matchups, You
I'd rather have like web support than agility.
I think,
yeah, but like then you have to have web sub. I don't know. It works. It really does.
I'm sure it can work. I've done crazier things with a Mega Gallade team.
So, huge Edgequake weakness. Wait, where's his rockers? Bronzong?
Dactyl.
That thing is not a
Enchanted.
good rocker.
It's not a good
Okay,
rocker, but
Chansey.
it is a rocker.
Now, where's his removal? Skuntank and Hitmontop? I don't think
Thunderous
Hitmontop
too.
is that good.
it's
I
pretty.
think
It
that
really is.
It could definitely.
It
see
always
spin.
it really isn't good, but it always brings spin.
Thunderous for removal. I've
No,
used
that's not a
bulky
good-
Thunderous.
No.
It's
I've
not
used
great,
bulky
but it is
Thunderous.
Too frail.
I've literally pulled the VGC set like EVs and then just use like defog and shit on it.
Probably wouldn't be the worst. I mean, he does at least like. I mean, they aren't the best removers, but they're at least solid for what they are. Like Hitmontop's a good spinner. Skuntank's not a bad defogger.
I feel like he could have gotten a higher tiered remover for one of his mons.
Yeah,
Like,
probably maybe over Blacephalon or Thunderous, since they basically do the same thing.
yeah.
Plus, Technician Hitmontop with Rapid Spin can pick up like those surprising little kills.
Yes.
I definitely think the Thunderous would be the better drop than Blacephalon, as A, Blacephalon's cheaper. B, Blacephalon is a better breaker to help for Bulu to win.
No,
C feeding types.
Bulu's the breaker though. Bulu's not a cleaner. If anything, Thunderous would be better to keep because it's more of a cleaner than.
Mega Aerodactyl is the best cleaner on this team.
Yeah, but
There's-
Thundy can also.
Undy is like
And what I mean, Blacephalon, when I say Blacephalon breaks for Bulu, they're breaking core. Like, going back to Blackster's team, Thunderous T and Urshifu Stingle Strike are
Yeah.
a breaking core. You don't. Anything that walls one of those is broken by the other one, allowing aggressive doubles to make your life so much easier. Because you can make aggressive doubles into Bulu or Thunderous and just tear apart. Because Thunderous has Volt Switch too and U-Turn. One of the few electric types that get both.
Those are so good. The one
Yeah.
that get both.
Yeah.
Tapu Koko.
Heliolisk.
Tapu Koko.
yeah, Helios does get fucking U-turn.
Tapu Koko.
I'm never gonna use it, but
So I think we can probably move on. Yeah, Rivet's team is solid. I think it's like in the middle, but I think it's a little bit higher though. Even then,
yeah.
I think he still drafted well around what he had, even though he does have a couple of problems. So on to Xovier's team, which
I have a little dock I'm setting up with my personal placements. I just have to move some shit around.
okay. So
You can go on.
I fought this team week one, and holy crap! Like prepping for it is insane because you've got Indeedee, you get like 4 psychic types, but Indeedee by itself, and then setting up terrain for Metacham can be disgusting. Indeedee by itself, just setting terrain and expanding force can be disgusting. And Murkrow is a flying type, so Prankster does work for it under terrain. So it can Tailwind over Metacham and Dracovish and Cart if it need to be. Defensively, Arcanine and Gligar are just like I looked at this team in prep and just thought I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. He could do one of 10 different things, and I just wouldn't be able to. And then he did the 11th thing that I didn't even think about, which was just SD passing to everything that was already going to blow me back.
yeah, it seems pretty solid. I think he built well around what he had. I mean, yeah, a lot of his mons do benefit from the SD pass.
It's just really, really physical. I think that's the one thing.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to call this man's draft the worst draft. 1 for round wanting Dracovish, 2 for him saying it's a top 5 mod.
No, yeah.
I mean, like I said earlier, it's one thing to talk about
It's
it here and then
threatening
have it
if you,
right in front of
it's
you.
threatening if you don't know how to prep for it.
Well, it's also threatening if
And
you
you
just lose your answer
like,
for it.
well, not saying not know how to prep for it is an overstatement because sometimes you can't prep for it. Sometimes your team isn't built in a way where you can prep for it.
Yeah, like mine.
Like, I keep going back to my team because my team is literally perfectly equipped to shut that shit down. Quagsire
Yeah,
and Tangrowth.
I have Gorgeist, and that's it. I did the calcs for max defense Mega Scizor for Fish's Rend, and I think that was 97% min. If it's banded,
it goes like 96 to Registeel, so that makes sense.
That is absolutely stupid. But he ended up being Scarf, and I think Jolly on top of that. So obviously, it's one of those things where like.
So Gligar's is knock user, right?
Yeah, Gligar's a knock user. I guess doesn't Cart get that too? He didn't have it. He was Rocky Helmet Cart in our game, which that threw me. I wasn't
that
ready.
Isn't a set.
It's not. I guess he was like wanting to catch Life Orb Infernate. Just get that extra chip, but it's like no, just kill it.
Isn't special Infernape just better versus team?
Yeah, it is. Except for the fact that really he could just come in on Arcanine and do whatever. It has no way really to touch Dracovish. It had if he brought DD, I couldn't use any priority.
Screens on this team are nice, but like I don't think he could have gotten a better setter. Isn't Meowstick still on the damn board?
Yeah, it is.
And Mr. Mime Galler isn't a screen setter; it's a screen clearer. And because that ability works on both sides.
Yeah. I mean,
it also wants like Eviolite. So.
I don't see what Gothitelle is doing on this team. Why does this man have 4 psychic types?
I was gonna ask. He's extra weak to just shadow balls.
If Rolenti plays this guy and loses, Rolenti is the worst player in the league. I don't care if he beats me or not. If he plays this guy and loses, he's the worst player in the league. And if he beats me, I'm the second worst.
He's got Lapras, which shuts down Dracovish pretty.
He has Dragapult, which 6-0s this team.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, basically.
You U-turn on Didi, and then you click Shadow Ball, and then you Dracovish.
Yeah.
And he can't do anything about it because he doesn't have a Shadow Ball switching. Besides Indeedee. And if you U-turn Indeedee, it's dead. You're very damn close to.
Like the only thing that I could, one of the things I was afraid of was a stupid Murkrow because
he also doesn't have a U-turn. His best U-turn switch-ins are Arcanine and Gligar, which are so easy to be taken advantage because of their bulky mons. You want offensive mons that can switch in on U-turn too.
Yeah, he could do Iron Barb's Togedemaru, but he opted for the Lightning Rod in our game because of my Rotom. But yeah,
what Rotom form do you have?
Fan. Rotom F for Forgotten.
He ran Lightning Rod
for that
fucking fan.
Yeah, I mean it stopped me switching with that thing, but I just Will-O-Wisp him, and that was the answer to that. Like I was absolutely fine staying in on that thing with that because Will-O-Wisp.
I'm gonna say it. He sounds extremely inexperienced. If we want to cut this out, go ahead.
No,
but
that's fine.
He does.
But I mean, ranking based off the draft, like the draft actually isn't that bad. But if he's not early,
man, every offensive ghost is gonna tear this team apart.
That's true. And Ghost Spam is like the thing now in Gen 8. It's basically the best it's ever been.
Like, even if it isn't a ghost type, and it's like, I know I'm using my team for example. It's just because first Shadow Ball Mon I can think of is Latios, because it gets every move in the damn game.
Yep.
Latios, boom. And it also outspeeds all its threat. It outspeeds Cart and stuff. Like Latios is just a quick.
Yeah, another thing about this team is that it's kind of slow. It doesn't have anything that really does. Like Dracovish does speed
His
control.
highest base speed. His
If
highest
he
base
had-
speed is 107.
109.
Webs
Oh,
would be a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah, like
A lot
Metacham
of these
has that
Mons,
strong
I just have no clue what they're doing here. What's the Mime doing here? What's the Blossom doing here?
The mime really confuses me because I feel like you take that or Gothitelle, unless you're making Gothitelle your like backup plan for just bring it
Also,
into something and sit there.
I don't like Goth on this team, man.
I also
like,
don't like Goth on this team
Doesn't do
because
much, yeah.
it can't set up before the terrain runs out, even with
Also,
Extender.
The thing about Metacham is it takes advantage of passive Mons. That's the same exact thing Goth does.
Yeah.
Dracovish also comes in on passive Mons. This team, Goth makes his two biggest threats worse, because either Goth doesn't do anything ever, or his two biggest threats on his team will never have a good match.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Like, honestly, if he had brought Tailwind Murkrow and then just brought in whatever, like Tailwind Adamant Band Dracovish, like my whole team done, basically.
Is Tailwind boost by 2 or by 1?
2. Double. It's
Okay.
double. Yeah.
Is there a way to get rid of Tailwind?
No.
Not that I know of. So it's mandatory, like 4 turns, really 3 after you get the switch off. But 3 turns where he could have gone in Dracovish, Metacham, or Card, and like get the Card sweep going, get a Dracovish sweep going. That's what I was super afraid
Kartana
of.
was also a really bad pick here, in my opinion. It was extremely overpriced, and you could have gotten something in a lower tier even, and gotten something better than that. Like, you could have gotten a better Tailwind setter than Murkrow. You could have gotten Torn Eye at some point as prankster Tailwind.
It's not even like reliable though in singles.
It kind of like invalidates Blossom's role in all of it.
Tailwind isn't very reliable, no,
No.
but it works.
Yeah, because all you need is a couple turns.
Is like idle and foaming at the mouth. I don't know what you think is gonna go on against this team, but this team isn't taking a special attack.
Yeah.
No. I was able to kill Card with Bug Buzz. I think it does like 100% minimum from
Kartana's dying to a Frost Breath. Kartana's dying to a Frost Breath.
Yeah.
Kartana's dying to what is the weakest resisted move that
I could pee on it and it'd die. It'll like
it'll just shrivel. It's paper. It's paper.
Yeah, it's paper thin.
You could hit it with Mud Slap.
I could probably eat it or something.
You could hit it with Snore and it would die.
With that said, like the thing I was afraid of was either Tailwind or Scarf on it. I found out it was friggin' Rocky Helmet, but until you know what it is, like you can't risk getting it a kill. If it's Scarf, now it's boosting attack and just kind of running through you.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing with Rocky.
I'm confused too. He didn't seem like he wanted to talk afterwards. I was gonna ask about it because that's not a good. Like the thing I was probably hitting him with. Like I guess Scizor, maybe he was worried about, but no, not particularly. Yeah, Scizor walls it, but I can't. Aside from superpower, that's
man has the best Scizor counter in the entire game.
Yeah, that's why I
He's
didn't.
running Rocky Helmet Cart.
That's why I didn't bring Scizor. I looked at this team and said, okay, he's going to shut me down with NDD. He's got Mr. Fire. He's got Arcanine. He's got Fire Punch on Mega Metachamp. You know, the whole thing.
Nah,
So,
I want to
Rocky
move on. I want to move on before I start coming at him as a player even more. Also, let's get to Code's team.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, one last thing. Removal and rocks. Gligar,
Gligar,
and Gligar.
Gligar, that's it.
Gligar's removal, Gligar's rocks,
Gligar is the team.
Gligar's life.
Alright, so Jirachi, Moltres, Tentacruel,
This
Chestnut,
team fucking
Rotom, Kanga.
sucks. I hate this fucking team. Fuck this team.
First off, I hate Jirachi already. Like,
Whoever drafted this team, he probably fucking. Oh, hey, Coded.
Hello.
Sorry, I blanked that. Oh, hey, there's a Jirachi there.
This is my first time even looking at this team, so I'm gonna need a minute. Mega Deontay, Zyg 50 Rachi is the first fucking thing I see.
Yeah, Jirachi got better moves too. Moltres got better defensively.
Jirachi, Mega Deontay, Zygarde makes me want to kill him.
Amazing Firewall to Grass Core, probably the best one that we've seen.
Yeah, it's defensive, has options for offense. Gets hazards.
Then Jirachi, Mega Deontay, Zygarde 50. I don't think we've seen a better Fairy Dragon Steel. Brolenti could have done it if he had a better Steel type than Fortress.
That's pretty good.
I in good faith cannot ever underestimate a Fortress again.
Fortress go Burr.
Fortress went Burr over my entire team.
I don't like this team. It scares me.
I mean, it looks plain on paper, but it's also like just everything is.
Does it look plain?
It looks plain. It looks plain to me. It doesn't have any of the new hotness. You know, anything flashy really.
So,
are you for real?
Who's this knockoff spammer?
Weebo.
Yeah,
okay,
it's the best knockoff spammer.
Why is Malamar here?
Okay. Let me explain. Okay. So what happened is, I got the Zygarde 50, or whatever my pick was before Venomoth, and then I realized that so what can I grab that isn't overlapping type? And then I realized that the only type I didn't have was Bug. So then I figured that I'm gonna have to get overlapping type anyway, so I might as well just get like two mons that can kind of synergize that are low tier. So that's why I went with Venomoth and Malamar. Like, I know Malamar kind of sucks, but maybe in the right matchup it could get
Malamar isn't bad, but like I don't really see what it does on your specific team. Like honestly, I think Jump Love could have done more, and that thing has given me fucking that thing.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. I don't think I would draft Jump Bluff.
Well, it's one more reason to never bring webs against you.
I guess.
Well, it's one more reason that Jump Bluff that you would get a forfeit from me.
Oh, also Malamar having defog. Okay, Malamar also kind of prevents others from defogging versus me too, because like, you're gonna
you don't want those problems.
Fair.
Yeah. It's like it does something. I don't know when I'm gonna bring it, but it's there. It's better than Blossom.
Just a scare.
Your rockers consist of Mega Deontay and Jirachi.
Yeah.
I know where you're gonna bring it. It's gonna be versus Xavier.
Oh, that's gonna be good. I mean, yeah, okay, yeah. So typically, so personally, I don't really click rocks very often, which is why I usually neglect to draft solid setters. But I think Jirachi and Deontay can bring rocks if I need them.
They can, but honestly, you could have gotten a tier 5 rock setter instead of Malamar, and that would have been great because rocks are extremely useful. So defog is Moltres,
That's
Moltres. I think that's it.
Oh,
Rotom.
Yeah.
Regular Rotom doesn't
Doesn't
function like that.
Venomoth? No, it doesn't probably.
Regular Rotom doesn't function like the other Rotoms. That thing is purely
Yeah,
offensive.
Venomoth also gets defogged.
No, but it's not a bad defogger though. I have Spin, defog on a Boots Moltres, defog Rotom, and the
Moltres is your best defogger. Wait, Magic Bounce what? Where? Oh yeah, Mega Deontay.
Tentacruel's
But
good
also,
rapid spinner.
Yeah, it also doesn't even have the click spin on T-Spikes.
I forget about Tentacruel being a good mon.
It's really good now.
It's so good.
It is good. I just forget about it being a good mon.
It's a super versatile tier 3. I really like it.
I just think about how much you run to Tentacool and like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, or Ruby and Sapphire, or Emerald, and I'm just like, this is a shit mon, isn't it?
No. They're trying to prep you for greatness. I think it's great defensively for one thing because of the
only real breaker here is Weavile. Maybe Banded Zyg, but
Moltres also is a breaker.
No.
You're
running boots every single game.
A breaker.
You're running.
It's Hurricanes.
You're running boots every single game.
From what we've seen though, a lot of teams don't have solid hazard setters, so I might not always have to run boots.
I feel like the hazard setters are normally a lot more solid than the hazard removal. That's been the real problem.
But the thing is, like, I feel like if you want to not run boots, you're probably one of the better ones equipped with it to do that because of Magic Bounce and like your other spinning options.
Yeah.
Like it's probably a bad idea, but I think you could probably pull it off.
So Volt Turn. I haven't been mentioning this on a lot of the teams because a lot of these teams have really fucking weak Volt Turn.
Yeah.
So Volt Turn equals Moltres, Jirachi, Rotom. That's it, right? I'm not missing anything.
Unless Venomoth learns U-turn.
If it learns it, you're not putting it on.
Yeah, I'm not running it, but I mean.
So the Volt Turn could be better, but it's not bad by all means.
Choice Band.
Holy crap! Venomoth gets teleport.
Okay, yep. I'm bringing that.
Oh yeah. Every Gen 1 mon gets teleport, basically.
What is it doing there?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess you're right. It came from Gen 1, so everything from Gen 1 gets it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything from Gen 1 everything from Gen 1 can teleport.
It's a random fucking poisonous bug
that was clearly supposed to be the first bug psychic, but they just went.
As if I needed any more reason to fear this team.
Oh, Malamar gets Baton Pass.
Yeah, and Kangaskhan gets teleport.
Does it?
Oh yeah, you can Baton Pass superpowers here.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
That's
you
nice
can
idea.
do that.
I can
Electrode gets teleport. We all know where he's teleporting. To fucking hell.
Wait, did Tentacool get Flip Turn?
It doesn't look like it. Or I'm just missing it on the team builder.
Bro, shit, my phone's on 10%.
That sucks, but.
Well, let's wrap up fast then. Or you can find a charger, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm on iPhone. I can't.
In about 30 minutes. No, maybe like 40 minutes.
1 second.
Yeah. Imagine being on iPhone. Oops.
Yeah, but we should be able to get the last 4 done, I think.
Yeah.
So the question is, how is the audio quality now?
Oh, it's working. No, the problem was that it just wasn't recording you guys' audio the first time for some reason, but it's working right now. I think. Yeah, it's working.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this team, Jirachi is a problem for everything. Because it can run so many different things.
Whatever I want.
Yeah. Literally whatever you want. And the way you find out what it's running is you run into it, and maybe that costs you a mon.
Yeah.
Like maybe you thought you were switching into a Scarf Ironhead, but oh no, T-Wave.
Yeah, and because, I mean, like, I remember when I first drafted it, I was kind of worried because I thought that it would end up being forced into a more defensive role because I might not be able to grab other mons that could, like fulfill that purpose. But I think on my team it can actually do whatever it wants for the most part.
But
Yeah.
what you were saying, I was just messing with stuff since.
I think on my team, like Jirachi actually can do what it wants for the most part too. It's not like forced into like any one role. Like Wish Passer, I have Kangaskhan if I need that. I
For the
have
most part, it does seem like it's going to be forced to run rocks a lot.
unless if I want rocks. For the most part, I really don't. Personally, I don't. I mean, I think they're good. Like obviously they're
Bro,
great, but
you
for the most
better
part, I tend
bring
to not
rocks
grab.
for Smiley.
Yeah, I mean versus okay.
Like,
So
Smiley.
I wasn't here for that team. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, I think you have to bring rocks for
Yeah,
this.
I mean versus the
Bro,
teams that I
that
needed,
team
I'll
is
bring it. But for the most part, I might
that
not.
team is literally Boots the team. His logo should literally be Boots the cat.
Wait,
Just a pair of regular old boots.
okay. So yeah.
So yeah, this team's strong. Strong.
I think
Very,
it's
very
time
strong.
for
Bottom two. Bottom two.
time for the boot for
Bottom
time.
two? Don't you mean bottom? Don't you mean bottom -1?
Ouch.
Whatever that means. Yes.
It's worse than the worst team.
This team confuses me a little bit. I'm just taking a look at it.
Okay,
I feel like
I like Corviknight and Rotom Heat together, and I think Gastrodon pairs well with them.
we're on Nox's team. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, no.
I mentally
Yeah,
checked out his team when I saw
the first three
no.
look kind of solid
Yes.
defensively, but
The
So
rest of them suck.
you want to see a bottom 3 team? Here we go.
Hello, DJ.
Hey guys,
Hi, DJ. I'm here now.
I'm thinking this team saved my team from being in the bottom like 5.
I'll just listen, okay?
That's fine.
Yeah, Nox.
Yeah, this team is a yikes.
This team is very weak.
Yes.
Like, sure, it's got Corviknight, it's got Rotom, it's got Nihilego, but
his strongest
It's just so awkward.
His offense is pretty much Mega Ampharos, Grimmsnarl, and Nihilego.
like this is the Trick Room team with no Trick Room.
Yeah. Well, Spiritomb can be offensive sometimes.
In Trick Room.
Yeah.
Like Sucker Punch only gets you so far.
Yeah. This makes sense.
Like Sidulip is a good setup mon. It's one of the ones that you get just get locked into if you didn't properly prep for it, even if you did.
This might be the worst team we've seen so far.
If you have nothing nice to say nothing at all.
I don't understand Grimmsnarl.
I mean, it can set up screens so Mega
I don't
Ampharos can
understand.
if he's not
I
running
don't
any
understand the team composition.
Yeah, like it's setting up screens, but for what Nihilego, that's not going.
Maybe for Mega Ampharos to agility if he's not running any bulk on it.
What on this fucking team gets knockoff?
Grimmsnarl. That's it.
Yeah,
Grimmsnarl
wait,
doesn't get
Does
knockoff.
Grimmsnarl even get it though?
No.
It does.
Oh, maybe Grab Lock?
I don't think so.
Vinny is his knockoff user, I think.
No, not even Grab Lock. Grab Lock's such a bad mon.
Vinny is his knockoff user.
Spiritomb?
Finny. Tapu Finny.
Oh, yeah, fantastic. That's really cool.
That is the only knockoff user.
And is it running knockoff?
Wait. Hold on. I mean,
like screens for setup Flapple, I guess.
Is such a bad mon.
Yeah.
That mon should have been tier 5. That is like one of the worst mons that is fully evolved in draft. Bro,
yeah.
Tangela is better than the mon.
True.
Thwacky is better than this.
Thwacky's a lot better than Flapple, unfortunately. it's like
Thwacky might be a fucking living rectangle, but it is better than Flapple. For real.
I am not gonna lie. I would rather a Grookey.
Dang.
Yeah, at least you know Grookey's going to hit its moves for one thing, and like
At
you
least-
do all the work
at-
to get Flapple to
At
set
least,
up, and
at least you have Eviolite and grassy terrain.
yeah. With this, you have not enough coverage for things.
And also, by any chance, did my audio quality turn into haters since I had to unplug my phones?
Your audio
Okay,
quality
yeah.
cannot turn into
Wait.
haters
So
unless you
okay, like I agree.
actually broke it.
I don't like Flapple, but I mean at least it's like some kind of setup sleeper on this team.
Bro, he doesn't have a fairy resist other than
Yeah.
Rotom.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
but I like
but
that.
that's
I like it. And Corviknight.
Fairy resist is not the most of his troubles, even though it is like a pretty big weakness.
No,
Man, this guy's defensive core is Corviknight Tapu Fini.
No, it's Corviknight,
Electric
Rotom, Gastrodon, but it doesn't really work well with the other mons he drafted.
Yeah,
Rotom
like,
Heat is not a defense. Well,
It can
it's
be.
not a good.
It
It's
can
not a
one-shot
mon that
you with
wants to be
overheat.
defensive.
It can rest to recover.
It can rest to recover. Oh my god!
Is there anything Rotom Heat can't do?
that pretty much sums up
Can we get Black in VC?
I really feel Nox might be Blackster's fault.
He might be.
I need to know.
no.
I really feel Blackster just wanted a chance at getting two chips, man.
Two dreads.
Like Spiritomb and Grimmsnarl together don't make sense.
Nope.
I'm moving on.
Let's just move on. Yeah, we probably shouldn't waste time.
Shit on my team, please. Shit on my negative removal.
Okay, you don't have like the best removal, but I think your team is solid. You've got Tangrowth, Quagsire is gonna be kind of hard to break through. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say
Choice
something that's
Band,
probably false, but I believe it, so it's whatever. Setting up hazards, like hazard stacking, can be that kind of like 50-50. Well, now you have to remove my hazards if you want, and like you have to use defog, whatever. On teams that don't have a good spinner.
I have to play a Fortress week 1.
I'm not envious of you for that,
Yeah,
but you do have Emble. So
I have to not get hazards on the field, because he has spin. I have to keep him from getting hazards on the field ever.
I think you use like one other cleaner, maybe.
Mystical Fire defog Latios.
No, just Fire Punch, make them all out.
I need
Fire Fang, rather.
I need so many moves on my Latios this game. It's not even fucking.
You've also got Zubstrika, so
I literally need 9 fucking moves on my Latios.
Bring 2 of them.
Yeah.
I
just
need
look hope we don't notice.
4. Like, I have to be able to hit Gliscor. I have to be able to hit Sylveon. I have to be able to hit Fortress. I have to be able to hit Pult. I have to be able to hit everything. I have to be able to hit a Tyranitar.
Teams looking pretty good against Rotom.
Going through a crisis right now.
Honestly, it looks like this team was just made so that Latios wants every move it gets.
Yeah, the Latios showcase team.
I was like looking at running DD with especially offensive, but like then I was like, wait, shit, I have to pick die to Sylveon or die to Fortress.
Rolanti's team's hard to prep for, I think. I mean, it's like we said when we were analyzing his team. Like, he didn't really pick like the most optimal mons that he could have, but overall his team's pretty solid.
It's like I said, Dragapult's an unhealthy mon for draft.
Yeah. In 26 man, maybe, yeah. I mean,
100% in 26 man.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because the thing about Dragapult is that you can run it whatever way you want.
Saint gave me such fucking good points, it's not even fucking fun. It beats every single check it has. Every single one. There is not
If you get
one
that
check.
adamant life orb Mamo, you can hit that ice shard.
Mamo isn't a check.
It's like,
Mamo is something to offensive.
but outside of
offensively
like a
check it.
specific matchup though, like looking at the team as a whole, right? Like it seems pretty solid.
Yeah.
Good offense. He has good bulk. Yeah, but definitely lacking in the hazard removal department. And Excelgor is good, but with that being his only
Banded.
hazard stacker, I don't know. It's kind of
Wheezing.
I mean,
Wheezing.
yeah,
I like Quag and Miltank together. I think that's really cool.
yeah. I think if you had like one other like cleaner, maybe be a little bit better.
That Minior finna be gone. I'm getting that shit gone because it shouldn't even be there.
I think actually with Meteor you kind of have that cleaner you need, but yeah, I can see what you mean.
Minior is not the cleaner you need.
Maybe. I mean, it's something.
It is something. It's a resist to status moves because
Meteor is basically the Meteor is pretty much like only built so that it can get the shell smash off. Otherwise, it doesn't really do anything.
No, it does less when you don't do that.
Yeah,
it's really the only kind of set you just have to pick.
Minior is supposed to be a Rotom fucking
it's like its
frost.
ability was custom made for shell smash.
It literally was.
Yeah.
Like being immune to status and crap.
Yeah, Minior isn't going to be there because, as we saw, it was supposed to be a Rotom Frost, but, you know.
Literally, this is the second time that someone double drafted Hater.
Yes. Yep. I remember. Yeah, Blacephalon, right?
Yeah, that Blacephalon is on everyone's
went everywhere.
I'm just looking through the doc on how to replace that shit.
Actually, I think at one point it's like 4 different people who thought they had Blacephalon.
Yeah, that was the clown car of last season.
Yeah.
Meowstic is on there, so you can do that.
Okay.
I have 40 points left over, right?
Yeah,
you should. Okay.
Okay.
So, all right. I have 20 minutes left. I think we should go over the last 2 teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's.
JSauce.
I kind of don't know.
Did he round 1 the Ferrothorn?
I think he did.
He
I
pulled
think
a
I remember
Blackster. That's what Blackster did.
Yeah. Huh.
I'm not reviewing a team that round 1 Ferrothorn and sniped my Crobat and made my draft like 10 times worse. Fuck you, JSauce. Fuck you. Give me my Crobat, or I will literally get Hater to give me my team, his team, just to play you.
Like, it's a good thing he did get Crobat, because aside from that and Raichu,
give me my Crobat, or you're playing Hater's team twice.
That's not allowed per the Geneva Convention, but I
can do it.
Give me my Crobat.
This team's bulky, but not in an attractive way.
Yeah, and Volcanion in 2020, am I right?
It can still do stuff. I mean, it's still got coverage for whatever.
I refresh the dock and look at Crobat now.
Give it there. It's fine like that.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Kofa Grigus and Porygon 2, not bad.
Yeah, and that's kind of just annoying, actually.
Yeah.
He's got good removers. I think he could use like one solid hazard set. Oh, he has Ferrothorn. Yeah, he's good hazard.
I don't understand Glalie why Cryogonal was still available.
Is Moody allowed?
I don't think it is, and even if it was,
I mean, Rolanti wanted to allow Speed Pass, so I don't know.
You're not wrong. The rules, the portion of this doc is not fleshed out enough. If it is allowed, then I guess okay. Yeah. But if not, then Cryogonal was the way better choice.
Are they both in Tier 4?
I think so. And Cryogonal is not only P-Fog, but also Rapid Spin.
Was Glalie
I-
tier 4?
Oh wait, it's
I
already
helped
Okay.
this man figure out the beginning of his draft, and he took my Crobat. Give me my Crobat back.
His team is pretty solid, actually.
I'm gonna throw a temper tantrum.
It is pretty solid. He's got the deep hog.
Glalie was less points than Craggle.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I just want my
I mean, he does get
Crobat.
spikes.
Just want my Crobat, man.
He's got great on hazards.
He is. Actually, this might be the best hazard team we've seen in this entire league.
Yeah.
There's a Ferrothorn. What do you expect?
Yeah, but like he has other things too. Like
Yeah, he's got other things that won't be running rocks because he has Ferrothorn.
yeah,
But they could if he needed them to.
he's got
If you round 1 a Ferrothorn, there's no way you're not bringing it like every match.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean,
I'm just mad about my
he literally
Crobat.
followed in the footsteps of Blackster.
Speaking of Crobat, is that his knockoff? Does that get knockoff?
Crobat getting
Buzzwole.
knocked off. I
I
don't
think Buzzwole gets it as
Does
well.
Nidoking get knocked off?
I know.
Ferrothorn gets
I'm
knocked off.
90% sure Buzzwole does.
I don't think Buzzwole does.
Ferrothorn gets it.
It does not get knockoff. Fuck.
What is his knockoff? It's Ferrothorn.
Yeah.
That's not that bad knockoff.
Ferrothorn is the team.
Oh, never mind.
Nidoking doesn't get knocked. Oh my god. At least Ferrothorn is good knockoff, but like, yeah, this is the definition of Ferrothorn, the team.
That's pretty good though. Like,
Give me my
and
Crobat.
Cofagrigus gets knockoff too, so I guess that's the thing.
you know, the teams toward the end were a lot better than the teams at the beginning.
Wait, I just figured out how to replace my stupid
Agreed.
ass Minior. I just need to make another trade.
But so I think we kind of agree this team is solid.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's
I
gonna be
figured out how to
a lot of
replace my
Star
Minior. More Pico, baby.
That's pretty good.
And then I get rid of that Zeb Striker, and I'll be fine.
Okay,
Yeah, this one's gonna have Megal do something. And maybe also Volcanion to just come in and click moves.
Yeah.
Man, if I knew, I'm gonna have to use an FA because I thought I had that fucking Rotom.
I think.
And I'm not even gonna get it to battle. I better get that more Pico for free. I want the Zeb Striker going for free.
Last team.
Yes.
Weird.
Okay, Miles. Man, why do you have 180 points left?
He really does have that many points left too. Like,
Wait,
That's crazy. What happened?
Yeah.
He used like no points on his FAs. Holy crap.
He spent points on
Personally,
Fila.
I don't think Celesteela is as good as it's been, as it used to be.
Oh no, it got Cosmic Power.
Yep.
With
Cosmic Power, Sword Power.
Cosmic Power doesn't really change it much.
Okay, in another league, it's all the guy that has it has used Cosmic Power every week, and it's come down to 120 turn battles with this thing just sitting on the field.
It can Leech Seed, Cosmic Power, and then finally start Sword Powering away, like when it's ready.
Other people I know who have used
It doesn't even need the Sword Power.
Yeah,
It just the thing was already hard to kill. Like, now it can just sit there. It's worse.
You know what? Justice for my man's Hater. You took a Chandelure.
The Hater deserves whatever happens to him for his team.
He wouldn't have had the stall team if that Chandelure didn't get taken.
Though,
Daenerys Targaryen.
So Miles, you're also the reason there isn't that stall.
The reason Hater kept getting sniped because he kept getting skipped, like 4 or 5 times in a row.
Yeah,
which is his fault for living in a different time zone.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't leave any picks. He just
And that's also his fault. To be fair.
Other than Celesteela and Mega Venusaur, it looks like every Mon's in Tier 3.
Yeah. And Stila, Mega Venusaur together already are just not That's a disgusting combo.
The old Mega Venusaur is going to be the
He
fucking
has-
carry of this team.
He has
This-
webs with Chandelure too, and Crocodile as well.
And Cobalion.
Yes.
Like Cobalion's not weak.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This team doesn't interest me.
This
What I think is crazy about this team is the fact that he still has 180 points, and it's not the worst team drafted.
It's
Yeah,
I think it's actually
I-
like, I think it
It
might be
does
in like
not
the top 13.
excite me.
How did this happen?
No, this is not a top 3 team.
It's not a top 13, but it's not a bottom 13.
it was going
might be
so
13.
well, and then he drafted Phalanx and Komala. Why?
Removal.
Yeah, Kamala for
Komala, you could have gotten a better fucking removal than Komala.
I'm going to
mean,
fight
he's got-
J-Sauce. Guys,
He's
His
I'm
got
mons are
going to
low
fight
tier,
J-Sauce
but they're
in real life
solid.
for the
They're like the mons that like you could bring to like an OU game. They're just like way outclassed by mons that are like directly better at what they do.
I don't
His
think
only other removal is Vikavolt, so I guess.
Who wants to see me fist fight J-Sauce for my Crobat?
I'll watch that.
in real life.
I'll upload it
Yep.
to KBL YouTube channel. Just kidding.
Can I just see you beat the fuck out of each other?
Bro, I will kill him for that Crobat.
Okay.
Give me my fucking bat.
He has so Miles Gustavo's got good hazards. He's even got decent removal. His defensive core, Celestial Mega Venusaur. That's I don't.
Wait,
even
am I
know.
Yeah.
retarded? There's Golbat on the board.
Yeah, Golbat is still on the board.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep, I'm...
Stila and
Hello,
Diancie
Golbat.
are great flying resists.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm retarded. I'm gonna have a Golbat.
He has a minor fighting weakness. Actually, maybe not that minor.
It's kind of minor because Diancie isn't super weak to fighting. Like
I'm gonna grab
Walrein.
a blanket.
Is Walrein come into a game?
Venusaur does not care about any fighting
Wait,
hit.
Walrein actually can come. I think it got like body press, liquidation. They got some moves.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Justice from my man Miles. He got his Chimecho taken.
That would have actually sealed the deal. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it would have.
It's not.
That's
It's really
crazy.
not bad. Like
Okay, my only
You're gonna
question:
tell me that there wasn't a
what
single
the
better
fuck is
thing you could
Walrein doing?
Walrein is coming in, clicking toxic, and being fat. Walrein is just
Walrein
like
isn't
Wait.
really that fat, from what I remember.
it's literally got thick fat.
yeah,
Ha ha.
it is hard to
It
win.
is the Alex Jones of this team, and it's
It
going
has
to
90 defense and 90
And-
spit F. It has the same defensive stats as Chandelure with better HP.
He
unless
has, and he has wish
Also,
support with
one-
Kamala too, which his team kind of likes as well. At least
It's
Walrein,
Wish.
Nancy. Yeah, it does.
That shit gets Wish.
it also gets yawn.
Yeah.
Go to
Wish.
fucking bed.
Wait, it's also unaffected by like status too. That's actually pretty solid. His team.
The
like,
removal on this team is absolute dog shit.
I mean, it's not the worst though. Like there are a lot of teams that
It's
have
Kamala.
like this same amount of
It's
removal,
Kamala.
but their like
Kamala
removal was a
and
lot
you're
less.
running defensive big
This
roll.
is the definition
Vikavolt doesn't
of
get debuffed.
this is a definition of relying way too much on a tier 5.
Yeah.
There is a reason why Komala is tier 5. It is not what your draft should be fucking glued together by. It should be a good mon, but your tier 5 should not be the most important mon to your entire fucking team. Because there is a reason they are tier 5s. Because they are not as strong as mons like tier 1 in tier 1. That's pretty fucking obvious.
I mean, his rock weaknesses are Vikavolt and Walrein and Chandelure.
Vikavolt commonly runs boots now.
Yes, so not even that.
Yeah,
Chandelure can run boots, it just isn't going to.
it can. Like with subtoxic sets.
Oh, subtoxic Chandelure.
can
Not
do that.
bad. Subtoxic Hex. Mentioned subtoxic Hex and everybody went quiet. Yes, I broke everyone.
Wait,
I'm
what?
good.
None of us wanted to say anything about that.
Yeah, I went sub-toxic Hex with like boots ain't bad. Especially since he has wish support.
Like, he's got the offensive options. Crocodile's not extra strong, but I mean, it can get the job done with a Moxie booster too.
Man, I don't like when good like teams with really good Hex spammers don't have T-spikes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Rolenti got decent T-spikes at least. Still stand by him. Should have got Hex.
Oh, wait, we're talking about like decent T-spike setters?
But I hate Peck, so I'm glad he didn't do that.
Okay, so T-spike.
Oh, where's his Miles? But he has Mega Venusaur.
Yeah, like
Better for
that's a
Mario.
very well protected Stila and Venusaur combo. Like, you've got Flygon, you've got Croak.
Wait, and Komala is not even affected by T-spikes, and he can spin them away.
Yeah, it's got.
Yeah, I'm saying Miles should have got a T-spike setter for Hex spam with Chandelure.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been bad.
Yeah, but I think all the good ones were
Like-
gone, apart from like.
I'm looking right now. I'm gonna see if I can find anything decent. I
Did
just don't know
Flygon
much
get
of
anything
T-spike.
good to make it not so mediocre?
Huh?
Oh wait, Flygon got default.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still mediocre, but
It's
This
not
team
bad.
looks like it would be around the same spot as Wagon. He could use those 180 points and make his team fucking nut. He could get Rosa Raid, bro. He could get a Rosa Raid.
he could
and
get
have
Rosary.
that T-spikes.
Flygon gets scale shot now too, so that's a thing.
Probably not better than Dragon Dance on it though.
Yeah.
It's not, but it can do that tech ban thing, you know.
Oh yeah.
They better not give Garchomp scale shot.
They
That-
will.
They give it-
I think they
They
will.
give it to Hector's.
Because they
That's
didn't
pretty
give it
Mega-
Dragon Dance, so that's probably what
They're
they'll give it.
not giving it DD. We know that from
Yeah.
the leaks.
So probably because they might intend to give it Dragon Skill Shot. I mean.
Please God, Mega Chomp with scale shot doesn't need to exist.
That super doesn't need to be a thing now.
Okay. Well. Yeah. So I think his team's pretty solid. Like he could have used his extra points, but you can kind of see why maybe he thought he didn't really need to.
It's solid, but it's weird solid. It's got
Yeah. It could have been better, but
1, I suggest a T-spike setter. 2, get a better bulky water. Wall Rain is not a good bulky.
it's kind of like how he said that like Bader's team was workable, right? But this is also workable, but like in a different way. Like this is actually like.
This is good workable.
Yeah.
Beater's team is you need to be good at the game because it sucks workable. Like, every team is workable if you're good at the game.
Yeah, it just depends on like, yeah, what options it gives
Okay,
you.
I also wasn't here for that team, and I'm looking at it now. That is interesting.
Sadly, you don't get to get us tearing it apart because the first, 3 or 4 teams' audio got cut.
Yeah, I don't know
Quick.
how that happened.
Quick question. How did you guys rate Stumble's team?
I rate it higher than most of them do, I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say high as well, because
I said Stumble's team is one of the best.
like Lax and Aegis combo is an interestingly good.
Do we not see Zerapex Chomp?
Well, that's obvious though. Like the speed tiers in this team are
Oh no, they're not good.
they're not good, but he's got web support.
Yeah.
He's got trick room even for the Lax.
Well, it's more the consistency because there's a jump from Greninja to Beyond.
Great. I'm just shaking in my boots, just excited for my week 1.
Stumbles is a good player. Have fun.
All right.
I hate good players.
I consider myself a decent player.
Yep.
I'm not gonna get run over by things. I'm not gonna say
I'm gonna get run over because I shouldn't have that fucking Minior. That shit got me tilted. Give me my fucking Crobat. Seriously.
That's
Also,
okay.
Stumble's removal is Sandslash. Unless I'm missing something.
Okay, so do we have anything else to say about any of these teams?
We can
I think
do a third video tomorrow and talk about all the teams overall, like in a final like summary type thing, but not like
everyone's
1.1.
JSauce, your team is the worst. You're getting last place. Give me my Crobat. Give me my Crobat, or
He
I will
can't
kill.
hear you yet.
Guess what? I don't care. I will kill you.
He's threatening the void.
I will literally 6-0 you with my Latios. Because if we look at your team, that will happen.
But would you really hurt Ishiku's Crobat?
I will will-o-wisp stall the shit out of it.
Okay.
I will literally will-o-wisp it and sit there and stall it. I will play stall against you. I don't care if my team's not that bulky. I will stall the shit out of you. I will literally play Latios stall.
That sounds like a
I
horrible.
will bring bulky as Cell Gorpers.
So I'm gonna have to. I think it's probably a good spot to end it off here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We can cut out that rant.
I don't know about that one.
So okay, thank you to everyone who tuned in, and also thank you to DJ Coldcut, Dolphin, Ishiku, Wagon Fruit, and Hyder.
And
Let's
your
go.
fucking mom.
So, yeah. And remember, if Darmji can't learn SD, why Gliscor can? Gliscor doesn't have sword. Facts.